And a very pleasant good morning to you, and welcome to the region's Mecca for the second day of the Under-15 finals, sponsored by our good friends at Student Revolving Loan Fund in association with the Barbados Cricket Association. On the first day, we had so much action. 17 wickets fell, and we had as many as 310 runs scored, and we enjoyed the exchanges on the first day. Good morning to you, and welcome to Kensington Oval. And after a bit of early morning rain, we've got hazy sunshine as we prepare for the second day's play in the battle between Coleridge and Parry out of St. Peter, and then we go to Christchurch and we find the Foundation School. And the scoreboard certainly tells the story, because at one stage it was a situation where Coleridge and Parry were 92 for the loss of 2. But you know what happened? There was a meek surrender and they were dismissed for 127. Similarly, we had the Foundation School in some trouble, but a young man called Shaquan Mason laid the foundation for foundation, and by the end of the first day's play, there are 183 for 7. It means to the good, and as we would say in Bajan parlance, cooking good looking. Good morning to my good friend Andy Payne. Andy, let's reflect on what happened, of course, yesterday, and look forward to today.
Very good morning, Andrew. Good morning to the viewers. Yes, a reflection on yesterday. 56 runs to the good, as you rightfully said, for the Christchurch Foundation. Excellent position that they're in after day one. Like you said, a proper foundation laid by Mason.
Yeah, by Mason.
Laid by Mason. But yeah, he's really put his team in a strong position. So I think with 56 runs, still 3 wickets in arrears, if they can go on to accumulate a lead, anything over the range of an 80 plus, I think that they will feel that that's secured them in a reasonable position to really go ahead for a victory in this game. Just
before we look at the highlights of yesterday, I just want to look at the performance of the Coleridge and Parry side and what they have to do today. They were in a good position, 92 for the loss of 2. They faltered, only making 127. And although at the start of the innings, they got some early wickets, but as we said, that man Mason did a good job, 183 for a loss of 7. What would Coleridge and Parry have to do to really get back into this match? Can you tell me?
Yeah, well, a lot would depend on the batting in the second innings. First, they will have to erase that deficit. A lot would depend on Glasgow and their captain, Shaquan Paris, if they're going to erase that deficit and then put themselves with a total that they think they can get 10 wickets if they're going to come back into this game. But it's a lot. It's a big ask, really. I mean, mentally, you feel like you're behind the 8 ball as you are. And then to position the score, I mean, you're always under that scoreboard pressure.
Yeah, we're going to certainly spend some time on the highlights of yesterday. There were interesting highlights as well. And, of course, we got that package for you. Here we go. First ball swung away. And that's gone down to the boundary. Oh, that's a poor shot. Having a lot of pressure. And then that ball was flicked away. And beautiful bit of work, a run out. And look at that. Gone, out, run out. And there we go again, a drive through the offside. And certainly the situation was a good one where that ball was a long way in the air and safely played away. Then it was a situation where Paris was looking good, driving the ball on the up. And then we had some lovely spin bowling in operation. Glasgow driving the ball beautifully. Kamani certainly was looking to get some wickets, and he got his first. But then this was the turning point here, where Mason came into the attack, and he started things very quickly. There we go. It was a full toss and put away, but his accuracy was so brilliant. That was the big wicket, the wicket of Paris, caught down on the boundary, and that made a significant difference. And there we go, a ball that bowled him. There was Clark having a long time before he got his first wicket, but he certainly came to the party. Good catch, that was the arm ball. Good catch taken up at that slip position, and Mason was doing it. That was plumb. Played right across it, plumb like before. Umpire Clark didn't have a difficulty at all. Easy catch down at that square leg area. The ball hit the top of the bat, And there was Saquon Mason, who came from behind the stumps. He certainly did very well. When he batted, had an early chance, and then it was all about a situation where he came to the party. A ball that wrapped the batsman on the pad, and then the second time the umpire gave it umpire Crawford, and there was Dean celebrating a good in-swing bowler. But then we had a situation where the catch was taken, a good wicket. But this was in the important partnership where the best batsman perhaps in the side came together with his captain, and they batted with a lot of aggression. And it was a situation where there was Clark caught behind, and certainly the situation bowled him. So that was when the team coach and Parry came back into the attack. But then, of course, it was a time when Mason started well off the bat, but banged with us his 50, with visions, of course, of making 100. And there is one pitched up down towards that mid-off area. And here's a chance for a run-up. Beautiful bit of cricket, a big mix-up, and he's gone a long, long way. But, of course, that did not stop Mason. Short ball pulled away over the square leg area, and that certainly was an absolutely brilliant performance from the young man. There he was just before the break, caught up at that long on area, but the attention was turned to him, and he certainly batted extremely well to get to the 100. As we ended the day's play, a chance for a run, and he was certainly gone as the foundation team lost a couple of wickets towards the end of the first day's play. So it was a situation where it was dominated, of course, by a Mason, making 103, picking up 5 wickets as well. And by the end of the day, 183 for 7, a lead of 56. A good day for Christchurch Foundation.
A good day indeed, like you said, all surrounded by that man, Shaquan Mason. He had excellent support from Clark, the captain, as well. So they've really put this side in a strong position going into second day's play. The foundation, like you said, they will want to increase this lead, probably get it beyond 80. Opposing Parry on the other side, they will want to dismiss this foundation team as quickly as they could and try to get in the middle there and erase that deficit. So we're looking forward for an exciting day's play, day 2. It's definitely going to be a moving day, as you can imagine, for both teams. CP, they will want to, like you said, erase that deficit really and get themselves in a position where they could fight and bring themselves back into this game.
Yeah, indeed. And we are just about ready to start the action on the second day. Good morning to wherever you are, and welcome to the region's Mecca, Kensington Oval. 183 for a loss of 7, 23 overs gone. Andy Payne is with me, and when you look at that, Andy Payne, 183 for 7, 23 overs, it really means that their run rate is a good one.
Yeah, they batted a very good quick run rate. Like you said, that man Mason, 14 fours and 3 sixes. So you can imagine he was moving along the run rate at a good rate, really. And Clark is captain. That partnership, well over 50. They really put themselves in a strong position. So 183 in 23 overs, a run rate of 7.9. That's a healthy run rate. Yeah.
Also as well, it's going to be interesting to see the Coleridge and Parry start here. Would you go with the pace of Dean, who bowled basic? I thought Griffith was good, or would you start with spin? What would be your choice, Andy?
I'd be inclined to go with Dean. Like you said, you had that in-swinger going with the newer ball to the top order. You can say if he could challenge the stumps of the lower order with that in-swing, I think he could prove well for him. And I thought, like you said, the other opening bowler, Griffith, he looked the part. I'd be interested if he could get a second spell, really. But I'd be inclined to go with my faster man.
The thing that impressed me yesterday was the fast bowlers I certainly saw on show. I certainly like what I saw from Christchurch Foundation and from Coleridge and Parry as well.
Knight looks a good prospect.
I like him.
Yeah, he good run up, good action, and carry good pace, like you said, good gas. And then the 2 paces from CP, like you rightfully spoke about, they look the part as well.
Well, it's going to be Glasgow to start the attack. He's picked up 2 for 49. And the other thing, too, about Coleridge and Parry, they would want to get the remaining 3 wickets as quickly as possible.
Yes, definitely. That's what we say. They want to keep this lead down to a minimum. Really, they don't want, like I said, they don't want the foundation side to post anything over that region of 80, which could be a telling lead.
So we're just about ready for the first ball of the second day. Glasgow bowling to Charles. Here we go with the first ball. Very well, the off stump. The umpires yesterday in black and orange. Today they are in black and green. What an interesting color. Well, the first runs of the morning of the second day. They'll look for the second. Might have had a second run there, but decided against it. A thick outside edge down to third man. How do you think the pitch will play today, Andy? Can you tell me?
Yeah, it's a good pitch for batting, as you saw yesterday. Some good shots being played by that man, Mason. Like you said, hitting through the line. It's been a good surface so far. The outfield is excellent, as we always get here at Kensington Oval. So it's always set up for a good contest with the pitch and the outfield here.
So Kyson Hinkson is the man who's faced, 10 balls for a run. Every run is going to be so important here for Christchurch Foundation. We'd love to get that lead up to maybe, I'd suggest maybe 100.
Whoa.
He's bowled him. So it didn't take Coleridge and Parry long to get a wicket. In fact, of the third ball on the second morn, a wicket to CP. Well done to them.
Yeah, that's the early strike that you wanted to make that breakthrough. And Glasgow, like you said, he's been having a good game as well. He scored 45 in the first innings for CP opening up, and now he's picked up his third wicket. So excellent by the young man, giving his team the start that they wanted, and this is what they were want to do. Dismiss the tail in quick fashion, quick time.
Yeah, you're right about that. And a bit of a nothing shot, really. Ooh, don't think his coach will like that when he sees it. But he's gone, middle stump disturbed. And as you said, the start that Coleridge and Parry wanted. 184 for 8 now. And of course, the Christchurch Foundation team would love to get as many runs as possible here. So once again, good morning to wherever you are. I know that there are several people around the world watching, and understand the interest is pretty strong in New York, where the friends of Coleridge and Parry students are there, and of course Foundation as well. Did you get any positive reaction yesterday when you went home to Crab Hill in St. Lucie? I always say that you live in Crab Hill, but that's not quite so.
No,
it's a Pie Corner.
Like you always get, yeah, correct.
Pie Corner.
Yeah, but yeah, good response. I mean, it's always CP, Northern team, very much a lot of people coming out of St. Lucie, St. Peter. We just spoke about that overseas diaspora. They've got a good backing back there as well. But it was all Foundation, really, after being 92 for 2, and they really fall to the way. And I thought Foundation capitalized on that and did well to get up to that lead. Yeah,
that wicket of the captain, Paris, was important. New batsman is Gil Gittins, and he's beaten first ball. Seems as if Glasgow's got an arm ball.
He seems to be taking it away from the right-handed batter. Yeah, just push out that one, you can see it carrying on with the arm.
But look at the position of the slip. Talk to me about that.
Interesting position.
No, that's a lovely drive down towards that long on area for a single.
Yeah, he's obviously not there for a fine edge at all, Andrew.
No, not at all. Can you imagine the ball going between him and the keeper there? Charles has been pretty solid. He's got 12 from 11 balls. So the first over comes to an end. Wicket for CP is 185 for 8.
Yeah, successful wicket for CP, like you said. Cairo Glasgow picking up his third, really inducing a fault shot. A man just playing down the wrong line and being bold. So he's made an excellent start for CP, put his team in a good position. Like you said, you don't want that lead to increase to anything really amounting. So that's a good start for them, and they need to get the other 2 wickets as quickly as possible.
So the move to bring Glasgow at the start has proven to be successful. You think they'll go pace from this on then?
Well, it seems that way. I haven't seen the keeper taking his paces back. And
he's the captain.
And he's the captain, so that kind of highlights to us that he'll be going with his faster man.
It's a lovely morning. Not as hot as yesterday or day before. It's been so hot, of course it's summertime. Lovely breezes coming across the ground. The Barbados flag dancing rather merrily in the wind at the far side of the ground. So as you predicted, your favorite bowler, Manny Dean, will take it up.
It's Dean's the man who challenges the stumps. This is a good move.
When that's an outside edge, and it'll go for 4. Important runs here. And a no ball as well.
Yeah, no ball to boot. He says starting just outside the off stump. There's no man at that third man position. I think there's something that they just think about. All these boundaries are going to be crucial. And that is an area where you could easily defend the boundary.
Yeah, I agree with that observation. Just got to get that third man in and just make one instead of a boundary. So Daquan Gill-Gittins.
But he did an excellent job, Andrew, when he substituted as the second keeper. Really, remember Mason would have started as the main keeper, and when he came out to bowl his all spirits, Daquan Gill-Gittins, he's the man. And he had an excellent stumping as well, if you remember that.
Yeah, he did. Clinical. So lots of cricket, not only here in Barbados, but of course in Antigua, the Barbados women having a good victory yesterday, despite the injury to the century maker, Ebony Brathwaite. From our report, she is recovering, and it's good to know that she may be available today. Trinidad and Tobago in front. Barbados' first game was rained out. He's bowled him. Leg stump plucked out of the ground, and Dean is striking for CP. And it means now that Foundation are 190 for 9.
Yes, that man Dean, like you said, he one who would challenge the stumps, Andrew, and that's a good move to get him in. So a delivery just, again, he does get the ball to shape back into the right-hander. Be interested to see if it had a bit of a on the edge there. But always challenging the stumps is Dean. Once he gets his rhythm going and his running right, he's always one who I think would bring the stumps into play. And CPD will be very happy that they've picked up 2 quick wickets, really. And haven't let that lead really fester on to anything of significance. Have a look here, Andrew.
Yeah, was it an edge?
Inside edge.
Yeah, inside edge. Playing the ball onto his leg stump. It was a full toss, and there he's gone. But Dean really has looked good. Produced some very good deliveries. In fact, Shaquan Mason did his interview with you yesterday. Said that he had 1 or 2 challenges at the start of the innings.
Yeah, he said Dean was offering some problems to him, and he just had to weather that storm. So he said that was the big challenge. And then after that, it was kick.
It was kick, yeah. I like that. Wonderful interview he did. I get an opportunity, I would imagine, later on to see him in action, speaking to Andy Payne. So Garcia, the last batsman, and this is a good performance by Coleridge and Parry already this morning. Looking to wrap it up here now. Not with that. Full and stroked away. That's going to go for 4. Nice and juicy and punch through cover.
Tell you what, Garcia didn't play that like a number 11 at all, Andrew. He just came on the front foot, a full pitch delivery, and found the gap as well. And like you said, this outfield here at Kensington Oval, always well manicured, quick, and once you get it past that end field, value for your money. And that was a fantastic shot there for the number 11.
Yeah, full, and just had to get back into that, piercing the offside field. Now the cover is in place on the boundary. There's also a third man. You were calling for that. Every run is so precious here. appeal more in hope than any real conviction. Clearly headed down the leg side. Got a chance to see the Tridents last night?
I had a chance, yes, I saw
what
the
a
game.
game there.
Yeah, indeed.
Laws like he can bat a bit.
Well, he showed us something. He really showed us something with
Good
the bat.
shots, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. Vermont Simmons held his nerve in the last over and brought it home for the Barbados team. Well done to them.
Some good steely resolve there from Simmons, like you rightfully said. Andre Russell was really taking it away from them. Andre Russ.
Hit the ball very, very hard indeed. So good victory for the Tridents.
And it's good to start a victory on the road. So I think that will inspire them somewhat.
Of course, the finals will be here on September the 20th. We're looking forward to that. Beaten with a lovely delivery. Bit of movement, and it went by to be taken by the keeper. To end a successful over from Amadi Dean. Christchurch Foundation, 194 for 9.
Well, yes, success, but a little bit expensive. I don't think you'd be happy with giving up those 2 boundaries in the over. Like you said, every run here is going to be very crucial. And taking out those 2 boundaries for the foundation side, like I said, just to increase that lead. So any significant lead, any numbers, that will be to their detriment, Coleridge and Parry. So they want to be aggressive and attacking, but they don't want to be giving away the boundaries.
So there you have it. Lovely breeze coming across the ground. The Barbados flag on the far side we just saw a couple moments ago. And it's not as hot today. And there we go. The BCA, they've always very much involved. They've got their flag as well. And dancing. Just finished crop over. Here's Glasgow to continue. Ball into Charles. And Charles doesn't look bad at all. Lovely drive up towards that long off area. Garcia seems keen to come back for the second. But that was given lots of it. He just, not the full-blooded off drive, just played it nicely down to long off for 1. So here's Glasgow. Garcia strikes me like someone that would take the cover off the ball. Big, strong man he is. Bacchus, the fielder down at square leg. The wrist spinner, is he?
Yeah, left-handed wrist
spinner.
spinner. Yeah,
interesting. Not orthodox at all.
Not at all.
I was quite happy to see that yesterday.
He was the one getting the wicket of Mason.
Yeah,
so that was good for him.
Big wicket. I'm sure he'll speak about that for quite a long time. I got rid of the man that made 100.
Yes.
Bacchus. So Glasgow would be keen to attack the stumps. He's had success. He's picked up 352. Now just push the backward point back. That's too full. The cover is deep. So Coleridge and Parry conscious of not giving up the boundary here. It's a loose shot coming from Charles. To end the over from Glasgow, it's 196 for 9.
Yep, we got Glasgow, like you said, just trying to keep it a bit tighter, not giving away anything. What they've done, it seems like they've gone a bit more on the defensive for Garcia, like the bigger boy who seems to hit the ball a bit more firmer. And for Charles, they just couldn't bring the field a bit tighter. So good tactics being shown there by young Paris. Like you said, anything to keep this lead to a minimum.
So Manny Dean to continue, looking for his fourth wicket. He's bowled well. Good prospect, in my view. So refreshing to see someone moving the ball.
Yep.
Oh, that's gone through the field and will go for 4. That's very naughty indeed by the fielder at extra cover. And what a way to bring up the 200 for Christchurch Foundation.
Yeah, bad bit of feeling there by the fielder in the cover region. It's another full pitch delivery, and you can see Garcia, like you said, number 11, but hitting the ball pretty fresh, pretty crispy, and hit that one on the fielder there, just making a meal of that one, really. Good effort by the sweeper, but couldn't prevent the boundary. So 200, like you rightfully said, the lead goes up to 73, Andrew. So just growing.
Yeah. So 17 for the morning. Lovely delivery, lovely outswinger coming from Dean. So they've added another 70, but they've lost 2 wickets in the process. So that lead now goes to what, 73?
73.
Okay. Hello to the minister. Have you spoken to the minister this morning,
Well,
Mr. Chai Blackman?
Haven't heard him for the morning, but
Okay.
I'm sure he'd be happy with where his alma mater is.
Yeah. 2 full again.
Wait.
And that's going to be called a wide. Umpire Clark had a look and felt it was wide enough to have been called a wide. So Garcia already with 2 boundaries from full tosses.
2 full pitch deliveries. I just probably need to bowl a couple of length deliveries just to test his, pull his technique a bit.
Shocking the pad. Thought of going up with the appeal, but I think they recognized it was going down the leg side. He missed a full ball there.
Yeah, he missed the full ball. I mean, again, but more so on the stumps. So
Yep.
that's the challenge. That's the length I'm talking about, Andrew. You got to bowl a few more consistently at that length. I'm sure he's going to try something, the batter.
CP would love to wrap this up and hope that they can get a good start, come back into the game. It's going to be a difficult assignment for them, but you never know. They've got Parry, the captain, who's good enough to make a significant difference. It's a clear attempt by Dean to york him, pitching the ball right up. That came from the bottom of Garcia's bat.
Yeah, he's been a bit more accurate in this over, albeit that misfeel. After that, he's coming on a bit more accurate, and that's it. He needs to challenge the stumps.
So, another over. Done and dusted, as they say. 201 for 9.
Yeah, say that bit of bad misfeeling allowed the scoring to keep accumulating there. Lee's now 74. They will want to, like I said, restrict them to any thing under 80. And think that they end with a chance to challenge that deficit. But this last wicket, Parry, you see Garcia picking up a couple boundaries already and just proving that they can add some runs. And anything, like you said, is valuable to the Christchurch Foundation side.
Yeah, and Charles has got 13 important runs from 14 balls. And as you said, Garcia's already struck 2 4s. So here's Glasgow to continue his battle with Charles. Batted well, I think, Charles. Seems to know a thing or two about batting. Little man. Nice shot. Oh, a mix up.
Yeah.
But they'll get home in the end. We've seen this on several occasions. In fact, yesterday there were 2 runouts as a result of a misfield. So you got to be careful. The coaches tell you don't run on a misfield. The cover's right back in the boundary for Garcia. Well, keeper doesn't take it.
You said every run counts here, Andrew.
You're right. It's now gone to what, 76 now?
76.
Yeah. That should be caught. Oh, Medoff doesn't take it. Wow. You got to take that.
So he just misjudged it a bit. He had a lot more room to go back. Try to take it over his head. But you want to take that catch. You don't want to give those chances up. So chance goes a begging. Charles, like you said, he's looked good.
Yeah, he didn't quite get to the pitch of that. Still went through with a shot. Generally, he's been tight in his defense. And there's a chance for the catch. Yeah, he didn't get to the pitch. Came from the outer portion of the bat. And that's hit away. That's a big one from a big man. He really put the pounds, as they say, onto that. And it's gone over the boundary. That's gone for maximum. Well played to Garcia.
This is a useful man to have as your number 11, Andrew Garcia. He's a man who can put bat to ball, and he hit that one with tremendous power. Really, like you said, he's got some big shoulders. Delivery was pretty short, and to hit that bat over the bowler's head, that is a powerful shot.
Very powerful indeed. And he bowls a heavy ball as well. And I think they know him because when he's batted, they tend to spread the field. So these are important runs here. It's now gone to 83. Christchurch Foundation would love to get to 100. Whatever happens from here, they will feel that a lead of this magnitude is good enough to exert pressure on CP. We shall see. So, Griffith is in the attack. He opened the ball in with Dean. And first ball is pretty swift. He's a big, strong lad. And bowling at this age, well, 14, 15, bowling pretty sharp.
Yeah, he's got a bit of pace, like you said, for a 14-year-old, 15-year-old, like you rightfully said. But it's just been a bit expensive. A few no balls he was bothered with as well. You just need one really good delivery here.
Oh, well. Cover fielder made a good save. That will make news in primetime sports. Ironic cheers. Got his body behind it. Made the stop. But there's a ring of fielders on the offside. There's a backward point. There's a cover, extra cover, and a deep mid-off. Mid-on, mid-wicket. Backward square. And also a fielder down at long leg as well. And third man. Now that's off the edge, and it's a situation where it went down to third man, and the catch is taken. So good work in the end by the fielder coming off the boundary, and that means that Coleridge and Parry able to bowl Foundation out, starting the day at 183 for 7. Foundation all out for 210.
Yeah, good catch there by Glasgow. coming off the third man boundary. Judged it well, really, to having a good game, Glasgow. But Griffith, the pacer, came back in and dismissed that last man getting to the wicket. So getting that lead up to 83, like I said, they wanted to restrict that lead to anything in the 80s. So I think that's a number. Remember, you were speaking of 100. Psychologically, 100 is a big number. So with the lead of 83, they've really got their work cut out now, Andrew. They need to erase that deficit, really. Captain and Glasgow and the lots to the opening player. They need to really put together a start for the side. Webster and Bacchus, the top order really needs to do a job.
Yeah, well, in terms of the performance, I mean, look at that. Mason, 103 from just 63 balls, 14 fours, 3 sixes. Got good support from the captain, Kamani Clark. And then I think towards the end, as wickets fell, that performance by Charles of 15 was important. Yeah,
Charles is 15 and Garcia left 15 not out. Those were crucial runs. So I said that Charles, he looked good. I mean, he's come all the way down to like number 7 in the order. But he's a bit more better than that in my view. And he's really shepherded that lower order, and with Garcia at the back end there, taking the total beyond the 200 mark and a lead of 83. That's put them in a position of some prominence.
Yeah, you're right. So as you said, they're looking good, and they scored the runs quickly. 28 overs and 3 balls. And the bowling, Dean, top of the stack, along with Glasgow, 3 for 41 to Dean, and Glasgow picking up 3 for 61.
Yeah, Dean, like you said, just starting the rut for them, just attacking those stumps, some good in-swing bowling, and just getting a couple of wickets in the top. But Glasgow, the off-spin bowler, he picked up 3 for 61. He might be a bit more expensive. He had a few misfields off his bowling. But I think he's a good player. You saw him getting the ball to arm away from the right-hand batter. So he might be a threat in the second innings if they can really get a score on and get themselves in a position where they could give Foundation some runs to chase in the fourth innings.
Yeah, you're right about that. And let's look at the wrist spinner. We don't see a lot of them around. Bacchus 5 overs, picking up 1 for 24, and the big snapper.
Yeah, he might be disappointed he didn't get a few more overs, but he said wrist spin is always a challenge. You always get that couple of bad balls, but there's always the chance of picking up a wicket. And you saw him picking up the big wicket, like you said, of Mason. But 5 overs, you thought he probably could have a few more.
Yeah, and Griffith, I thought, bowled a heavy ball, picking up 1 for 53. A bit expensive economy rate of 11.78. I was very impressed with Dean in all the spells he bowled. 3 for 41 from his 7. And the off-spinner got the wicket of the captain, Clark, and that triggered a bit of a collapse. And certainly I thought he was pretty good indeed. So it's now time for, of course, the Foundation team to talk to their coach. Neymar Wynn is getting the guys all ready for the action to continue. How do you read it now, though, Andy Payne? 210 all out, scoring at a nice clip of 7.37. The Coleridge and Parry team 127. So the lead is 83, and just around 12 o'clock now. So Coleridge and Parry able to bowl out the Foundation team within the first half an hour. So that's good for them. So what should be the plan now as far as CP is concerned? Well,
the CP coaches, they'll be telling the opening batters, that we got to try to get up to the luncheon period without losing too many wickets. Obviously, the lead is 83, but you want your top order to be there when that lead is erased, really. But one of the first points here should be to try to get up to that luncheon period without losing too many wickets. That keeps you in the game, actually. He said usually a lot of times this first innings deciphers how the position of these games. But I think if you can bat pretty well, 183, 200, anything over 200, really, everything today and tomorrow, it really will tell you that you've got yourself a chance, really, to challenge for a come from behind victory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I certainly agree with that assessment. But of course, the start of the day was a good one. With an early wicket of the third ball. And there was the edge. No third man, these runs important. And that was an important boundary as it was dragged onto the stumps. Dean operating from the southern end. And there was a drive, full toss. And Garcia driving a full toss, nice and juicy. That's gone away for 4. And then another full toss. So look at that. He wouldn't want to see that in prime time. So, oh, right through him. And that's gone up to the boundary. Very important runs for the side. There was the drive. Catch really should have been taken. Instead, it was floored. And that didn't look good at all. But then that was a hit. Very powerful indeed by a big, strong man. And in the end, it was a good stroke there from Garcia, whose knock, as you said, was of great importance. He made 15.
Yeah, brilliant knock by the young man at the back in 15 from 16. 15 from 16 deliveries. That's really helped with the lead. So I can tell you that 15 was very crucial in the circumstances at the back in last man. And taking that lead beyond the 80-run mark, 83. So a good talent knock by Garcia at the end.
So let's look at what has happened so far for the day. At the start of the second day, 183 for 7 was the foundation score. In the end, they made 210. And these are precious runs and a lead of 83. But I think that Coleridge and Parry would have done well to have picked up those 3 wickets rather quickly. Yeah,
they would have done well, like I said, but it was all set by the foundation of Mason yesterday. He just put them in a strong position. They started the day with some 56 runs lead, and it just that 56 runs lead was a comfort. It was a good cushion to have. So even if you had lost wickets today, you still had something in the ascendancy, really. So just to finish it off, if it's getting up to 83 runs lead, I think that's useful. What CP would have thought that they picked up the wickets, but they probably give up a couple of boundaries too many that could have restricted the lead to be less. But if you're a foundation man, I think you will be really happy.
I would think so as well.
To.
Yeah, the foundation has been laid.
It has been laid. The foundation has been laid.
Yeah, and that man, I mean, this is great bowling from the man, the star of yesterday. Beautiful piece of stumping. And in the end, one that was outside the off stump, driven up towards the long off. If that's the catch taken, that's a very important wicket to have gotten there, the captain going. But he continued playing across the line. That's plumb like before. The umpire didn't have any challenges with that. Then a full toss, square leg in business, easy, as Sunday morning, as they say. And there we go with his batting. I mean, he bowled well. Then it was a turn to come. He's actually the opening batsman. A half chance there, went down to the third man area. Off the back foot, struck beautifully to cover by Mason. Very strong off the back foot. Short and pulled away. That's gone into the Greenwich lanes. That's when he got to his 50. And of course, with visions of going even further. Too short, and he got into stumps and helped that, really. That's a poor shot. And that's the way to bring up what really was a very good 100 from the young man. Extremely good performance. And then he got out, swinging the ball from the leg spin just outside the line of the wrist spinner, just outside the line of the off stump, and caught down in the boundary. And then it was time for celebration, no question about that. And when we look at the performance of Mason, you had a chat with him yesterday. What a statement from a young man who's clearly got a lot of talent.
Lots of potential, and Andrew, I don't think we can recall on an occasion where a player in a final on day one would have picked up 5 wickets and good enough to score a century in the same day. So for me, that was a real important performance, and it showed testament to his character. Really, remember he also started as the wicket keeper, so very inspiring.
Let's get technical, and you are a man qualified to speak about technique. What do you like about Mason as a batsman?
Well, first of all, like I said, his character. He said in the interview he had some challenges with the opening bowler that he fought through. So, again, that is true batsmanship. Really, you have your challenges, you don't give your wicket away, and that's good. What I like is that he also got the ability to get the ball over the boundary. So he's not one who just plays within his shell. He gets the ball out over the boundary, and he plays some good shots. In the end, once he got in, you can see he's a player that's got a lot of shots in his armory.
Yeah, and he got good support from the captain, because at that stage things were looking a little dicey. 20-odd for 2. The situation was that the captain came out. Eventually got out, but they'd really pulled foundation back, because 22 for 2 could easily have been 22 for 3 or even 30 for the loss of 4. But that partnership between Mason and Clark was an important one.
Very important. And what they were good about it, again, like you said, you can see the experience in this pair. Their running between the wickets was good. They were just playing the balls into the infield and picking up some easy singles. Good rotation in the strike. You can see that they've got a good understanding between them as well. So that really took the seal, the wins out of the seal of the coaching party team.
Well, the players are coming out. The umpire's already out. So we're going to start the third innings of this match. Going at a pretty fair clip, you know. Maybe already at, 20 wickets?
It's 20 wickets already.
And it's just after 12 on the second day.
Yeah, 333 runs to the good.
Yeah.
Really. So it's really a good clip. Like Sirek said, scoring at some 7.3, the Christchurch Foundation. That's excellent batting. I mean, really.
Yeah.
210 on the 30 overs. But Kensington Oval again, outfield very fast. Like I said, Mason being good enough to get the ball over the boundaries to really propel them.
How do you rate the pitch?
A good pitch, a very good pitch.
I agree with that.
We saw the Pacers, like we spoke about. You saw Knight yesterday, good pace. And then you saw Griffith as well as Dean, who's shown that they've got the ability to do something with the ball as well.
All right, well, time for me to take a break. Young Rashawn Hackett comes a-calling. So I'm going to leave it with you as we start the third innings of this match. With a mountain to climb, the guys out of St. Peter. But of course, they are inspired by the thought that if you feed your faith, doubt will starve to death. I'll leave you with you, and you're going to be joined by your good friend, Rashawn.
Well, thank you very much, Andrew. Like you said, just about to start their second innings, Coach Parry. I think they've got a change in the battle order. It looks like Bacchus, who's being promoted over Webster. Webster would have started in the first innings. I'll just wait and confirm that. But CP, they've got a lot of running to do, a deficit of 83 runs going into the second innings. Got lots of batting to do. Like I said, first thing really would be to get up to that luncheon period without losing any wickets. On the other hand, Foundation, they will want to get early wickets and put CP under pressure. Having a chat with young Kimani Clark, the captain, yesterday at the toss, he said he want to get this game over in 2 days. And he's very much set on his way. Like I said, he's one of those really street smart cricketers, understands the game. Young Kimani Clark just likes his mannerisms on the field. Just look a really good leader. But it's going to be Reese Knight to start from that the Malcolm Marshall in. Just showed yesterday he's got the ability to work up some good pace. Excellent run-up, good action. Starts with the ball outside the off stump, goes through to the keeper. But yeah, we're starting with some 3 slips. A third man, a man at backward point, a cover, a mid-off. He's got a mid-on, a deep backward square. So very much of attacking feel with those 3 slips in waiting, really, for Knight with his pace. Just going to say good morning to you, Rashawn. How have you been?
A very good morning to you, Andy Payne. Good morning to all of our viewers as well. I have been fantastic. Every day that I get to come here and do this commentary, it's an absolute pleasure. And it's a pleasure to witness our young cricketers. So I am doing amazing. How are you doing?
Yeah, excellent. Just enjoying the spoils of the cricket. Just seeing Glasgow coming off a 3-wicket haul, 45 in the first innings, and here he is back out in the middle to do a job for his team. Just always in the game, young Glasgow. I think we've got some information coming that he's also a UNICEF ambassador, young Kiera Glasgow.
Wow, he's a UNICEF ambassador at such a young age. Very, very impressive young man he is. That's a good delivery. Reese Knight picking up where he left off in the first innings. He looked very impressive. And he's come back looking good once again. 2 slips in place. That's Captain Clark alongside Critchlow. And there's a gully as well. Point, extra cover, mid-off, short mid-wicket, deep square, and a fielder on that deep third-man boundary. So a heavily packed offside field. Perhaps he's looking to challenge that outside edge, get the batsman to drive early on.
It's a good delivery. Top of off stump, moving away and going through to the keeper. A good clip. It's an excellent delivery there from Knight.
Yeah, really good delivery indeed, and it really shows that he's thinking his bowling. He's bowling to a plan, challenging that off-stump line early on with the new ball. So trailing by 83 runs, we have a game on our hands, Andy Payne. One that we know for sure is going to give us a result. Who would you say is in the ascendancy right now?
Well, it's simple. I mean, 83 runs on going into day 2. Like it's have a 3-day encounter, and we're not yet into the luncheon period. Definitely foundation is well ahead.
Yeah, certainly the Christchurch Foundation School would have the advantage right now, but I wouldn't say that it means we have to count the Coleridge and Parry side out. 83 runs with 2 very capable openers. If these 2 can knock off the deficit, they very much can put their side back in the game and begin to build an innings. So a game we have on our hands, one that can go either way, as we're still very early in day 2. Beautiful conditions here at the Kensington Oval. Lovely day for some cricket. The umpires are decked out in their green.
Shot.
Oh, there's a misfield. So first boundary of this innings. Glasgow opens his account with a boundary.
Yeah, good boundary as well. What he did well, his timing was excellent on that occasion. He didn't try to pick it up. He played it with a full face of the bat and worked it through the mid-wicket region and pick it before. Feet out there, he'd be disappointed not to have gotten a hand to it. But like I said, it was so well timed. It got a lot of bat onto that and really carried over the ropes for his first boundary. His first 4 and first runs for Coleridge and Parry side.
Yeah, just forgetting the basics there was that fielder on the deep square boundary. We're always taught the long barrier, or even if not the long barrier, to get something behind the ball. So 4 without loss, 1 over completed. Starting from the other end is young Luis Garcia. Looked good in the first innings. And I also want to talk a bit about his batting, Andy Payne. That partnership that we just witnessed, where the 2 final batsmen scored 15 each. I think it was a really valuable partnership. One that I'll jump into more after this first delivery is bowled. Oh, my apologies. That's Charles with ball in hand. Garcia is at mid-off, so he was just holding the ball. So Charles starts with a full delivery. That one tucked into the leg side. They'll pick up a few. Young Javari Charles.
They'll settle for 1, really.
Settle for 1, my apologies. That one goes through the slips and it runs into the boundary. Glasgow picking up an outside edge, bottom edge in fact, and the slips just couldn't stop it. So he goes up to 8 runs.
Well, this is a good delivery by Charles again. It's just, I think Glasgow, he was intent on leaving that ball alone. Just leaving it alone and just offering the bat at the end. So the ball just coming off the edge, going down into the slip region and going for 4. But this is a good channel here to be bowling if you're a Charles.
Yeah, this is a really good channel. I like how these 2 opening bowlers are shaping up. Nice. Beautiful delivery. And the follow through. Lovely action this young man has.
He's seen some good fast bowling on shore. Like you said, Knight, he looks good. Charles, you see what he can do. You saw Griffith from Coleridge, Parry, Dean. So this is a good showing for these young men in this forum.
It's getting some outswing. That's always a good sign with the new ball. When your fast bowler cannot just generate pace, but get some lateral movement as well.
Good work here from Glasgow, just picking up the line, allowing those balls to go through to the keeper. So this is what the opening batter is supposed to do. Just be watchful, make the bowler come after you, allow him to bowl into your areas, really. But this is good batting. Just you can see his temperament is good. Got up to 45 in the first innings. I'm sure he will want to carry on in this the second innings, get over that half-century mark.
Yeah, most certainly, Cairo Glasgow. Falling just short of the landmark yesterday, got out on 45.
No ball. Had his challenges with the no balls yesterday as well, so he's just probably striving for that additional pace. He's guilty of overstepping.
Just one delivery to close out the over here for Charles. And a good one. 10 without loss, 2 overs completed.
Yeah, just watchful stuff there from young Cairo Glasgow. He's picked up a boundary, trying to leave a ball alone, which is taking a bit off his Parry's court at the end. But good bowling as well by Charles on that channel down the off stump. He's continued to be consistent, just bordered by a few no balls, just to pull that foot behind, and he'll be okay. Again, a lovely view of the central bank, where Rashawn is going to be investing some money in some bonds a bit later. Boss Plus going to have a word with the central bank governor.
Yes, Mr. Kevin Greenwich. Lovely view indeed. What I always love about this Kensington Oval is the stripe pattern, which is why I believe we must always give thanks and appreciation for all of our ground curators here. Look at that beautiful pattern across the field. I always wondered how they got that done, Andy. Do you know?
Yeah, it's got the good tractors to do it, the good mowers. Let's just go with the grain and against the grain. Good take. Excellent take there from Mason. Just showing his full versatility, really. You saw him yesterday starting in that role. He's coming up and bowling off spinners, carrying on to make a century. And here he is with his first choice. Discipline, again, behind the stumps. Doing some excellent work. Good glove, man. Said in the interview, a very versatile sportsman as well. Represents his school in quite a few disciplines.
Really good glove work there again by Shaquan Mason. I want to take us back to what occurred not too long ago though, Andy Payne. That final wicket partnership between Garcia and Charles, who's opening the bowling from the other end. Those two scored 15 runs each. And they came in, they joined each other when the score was 190. And the Christchurch Foundation School finished on 210. So that's just about a 30-run partnership, and it was incredible. More on that after this delivery. delivery down the leg side. But yes, when you have two batsmen that persons would consider tail enders, and they can come and add a 30-run partnership, Andy Payne. And what was so good about it is that between the two of them, they faced 36 deliveries. I think that is excellent, and I'm sure that coach Nemo Win would be very pleased, because those are the sort of runs that benefit a team greatly. Those runs could be the difference between a win and a loss in this final.
Yeah, I think it was like more of a 20-run partnership, but it was a useful partnership. I see what you're making, the point you're making. Yeah, if your last pair could really put together a total like that, I mean, it also puts pressure on the other side, because you think once you get to number 11, you want to dismiss him as quickly as possible.
And he's bowled him. So speaking of dismissing batsmen, Knight delivers top of off stump, is rocked back. So the opening partnership is broken for Coleridge and Parry School. Bacchus has to go back to the pavilion, batting one position higher, but he has to go 10 for 1 in the third over. Beautiful delivery there indeed.
Very lovely delivery, like I said, beating them for pace, all ends up. See the right hand over the wicket to the left arm, pitching that one just on the off stump, carrying on. And like I said, he had no answer for it. Obviously, he was beaten for pace. So Reece Knight always continuously looked very good. We saw him yesterday for the first time, and here he is in the second innings. And getting that early scalp, that should do his confidence the world of good. Really, you know, so Bacchus coming one up the order from where he was yesterday. It's really an important strike for his team.
Really important wicket there indeed. It brings new batsman to the crease, Jaheim Springer. Springer is there because of a magnificent delivery from Knight, which removed opening batsman Bacchus.
So one left-hander replacing another. Yes, Knight just looks a good fast bowling prospect, like you said. You can see him just coming into his run-up, his lovely run-up. He's got some good energy getting to the crease. It's a good follow-through as well. So one who we should be really looking out for going forward.
Oh, nice and swinging delivery. Back though. Andy Payne is doing a bit of umpiring. He can see from up here that it's hit the inside edge. But yes, he called correctly, and so did umpire Crawford. So 10 for 1. 3 overs completed. Coleridge and Parry School trail by 73 runs. Another successful over there by Reece Knight, the young fast bowler. 2 overs he's bowled. 1 wicket for 4 runs. In case you're just joining us, this is day 2 of the Student Revolving Loan Fund Barbados Cricket Association Schools Under 15 final. We had an intriguing day 1 of cricket. Having won the toss, the Coleridge and Parry School batted first. They got up to 127 before they were bowled out. And in response, Christchurch Foundation were bowled out for 210 runs, my apologies. That one goes up in the air. Furyk settles under it.
Can't
And he doesn't get there in the end. I used the word settle, but he was never settled indeed. Just going away from him. Valiant effort though, young man. Left-hander Jaheim Springer. He comes in to strike. Let's have a look back at it. Full ball. Went to hit that one in the stands, but got a top edge, and that fielder was spinning underneath it. Charles follows it up with a dot delivery. Javari Charles, one of the more experienced members of this Christchurch Foundation side, Andy Payne. He's a third form student, so this would be his final under 15 tournament, and I'm sure he's looking to leave his mark. And it's a no ball.
Yeah, the faster men, they'll be bothered by some no balls here at Kensington Oval. But said things that can be worked out. Sure, the coaches will be definitely working with the players in that regard. Another good stroke, but can't find the gap. So positive stuff here from really from Jaheim Springer, the new batter, but just can't pierce the field. Just need to continue to support Glasgow. They will want a partnership. This pair losing that early wicket of Bacchus. Still some 71 runs in the race.
Oh, and he's bowled him yet again. Javari Charles cleans up the stumps. Middle and leg stump absolutely disturbed. The Christchurch Foundation, they are large and in charge. Coleridge and Parry, they fall further into a hole. This is not good. We need something special right now.
Well, the batting is in tatters, really, and really attacking the stumps. The opening pair, Springer, he was bowled all ends up here. Just opening up for a big drive, a little bit loose, as they would say, not tight enough, and breaching his defense, and picking up a second wicket. First wicket for Charles. This is excellent bowling by the fast men from Christchurch Foundation. Just attacking the stumps, getting the ball to shape around this newer ball. It's it. Like he said, just breaching his defense, his technique a little bit loose there on that occasion. And further trouble really for the CP boys. Deficit still 71 in the race, but it brings the big wicket, the captain, Shaquan Paris, to the middle. What a job he'll have on his hands if he's going to pull this around for his team.
Yeah, what a job he'll have on his hands indeed. Jaheim Springer went to an excellent delivery, and he's really having a forgettable final, Andy Payne. 2 ducks in this game so far, so he got a pair. But new batsman to the crease, Shaquan Paris, what you can call the big fish. Most runs in the tournament, a 500+ run season. 2 centuries already and 3 half centuries, along with his 45 yesterday. So he has been in ripping form. Shaquan, it's all over to you, captain. We need something special. Barbados under 15 player, so he's bringing a wealth of experience to this side. Let's see how Shaquan goes about it. Starts nicely, flicked into the leg side. So he opens his account with a single.
Well played. So at the end of that over, like it's a successful over there from young Charles, picking up the wicket of Prayer. Well, actually, there's still one delivery left. My apologies. But just picking up that one wicket, crucial wicket, just opening up, reaching his defense. Excellent delivery. You saw Shaquan getting off the mark immediately, just showing his technical class, just allowing that ball to come to him, working it into the onside.
$13 for 2, 4 overs completed. Another successful over for the Christchurch Foundation School.
Now the over comes in, and like you said, of success, 13 for 2. It's a deficit still of 70. So the Christchurch Foundation, they will be all over this. So this partnership here amongst this peer, this is where we think the match will be decided. If they can get any of these out now, they would think that they're really, really going to press for an early victory. Said Captain Kimani Clark yesterday after the toss, said he wanted to do it in 2 days. It's going to dismiss them, but he's well on his way. Some 8 wickets away, and still a deficit of 70 runs.
Yeah, Andy Payne. I took a lap around the stadium earlier, and some Christchurch Foundation supporters were telling me that this is the final day of this game. So let's see what happens. Christchurch Foundation, they are large and in charge. Coleridge and Parry, they need a Superman innings here, and these two are the two who need to stand up and deliver. The 2 leading run scorers for the side this season, Cairo Glasgow and Shaquan Paris. Nicely bowled. Reese Knight to continue. Both batters would have scored 45 yesterday and then gave it away. Both caught on the boundary. So more application required today. Oh, that's a wide delivery, but fantastic glove work there from young Shaquan Mason. This young man has been incredible this game so far. I keep on asking myself, can it get any better?
Shaquan Mason, he's really having a good time.
How many people, Andy Payne, do you know from the top of your head that have come to Kensington Oval, taken a 5-wicket haul, scored 100, and then went and kept wicket and has been magnificent behind the stump? How many can you name?
No, I can't. I mean, this is exceptional. I mean, 5 in the final and a century in the same day, more importantly. Now showing his class behind the stumps. I think this is fantastic.
Yeah, I think we're all waiting for the moment when he retires the gloves and comes to have a bowl today.
Well, Kimani Clark would hope it doesn't come to that. He would think that they're in a good enough position that his faster men and himself would like to get all these wickets. It means if Mason's to come out to bowl again, it means that CP would be doing an excellent repair job.
Nicely bowled. Shaquan Paris and Cairo Glasgow, two that we spoke very highly about. I had a chat with the coach of the Coleridge and Parry side this morning, Mr. Mario Boyce, and he was telling me that these two are two of his more experienced players. Both 14 years of age. They're in the 3rd form, going into 4th form. So they carry a lot of weight on their shoulders in this team. Glasgow, another wide down the leg side. And umpire Crawford signals buys.
Another good effort again there by Mason to get to haul that one back in. So obviously just being bothered a bit by the left-hander there. Is young Reese Knight can't get his radar going. It's actually been challenging to bowl to the left-handers for him.
Yeah, I think that at this point in his career, this is where a lot of young fast bowlers really have to hone in and learn their craft, because he has the pace, he has the build, but it's now about control. And he's at that point where he'll learn more about control. Controlling the new ball, swinging it. We can see that obviously he's getting some swing, but just lacks a bit of control. And this is where the school coaches, the club coaches come in so handy to take these youngsters under their wing and teach them the art of batting, teach them the art of bowling. On the 15 levels, such a pivotal moment in many of these boys' career. "14 for 2. Coleridge and Parry trail by 69 runs. Cairo Glasgow, he's there on 9. Shaquan Paris, he's just joined Glasgow. And Reese Knight, very tidy spell so far.
Yeah, Knight, he looks good. Like I said, just the combination of the left-handed, right-hander just proven to be a bit much for him in terms of his control. But he still continues to bowl at a good clip. He's good pace. Ball is continuing to carry through well to the keeper. But this partnership, like everyone's pretty much aware, this is the key partnership for the Coleridge Parry team. And good to see continuing with the Pacers. Charles, who's going to be into his third over now. The Pacemen's got 1 wicket each. I don't think Paris, he would be rewarded to be at the crease so early. But he's got a big job to do for his side.
Well, in the context of the game, I don't think that Paris would want to be at the crease so early. But knowing Paris personally, he's a man that he loves to be out there in the middle. Loves these pressure situations because he just loves batting, Andy. I've watched him a lot at the Ipswich Sports Club. Been playing there from the time he was in class 2. So he's had a lot of experience playing big man cricket. Flicked. And it runs in for a boundary. First boundary for Shaquan Paris. Delivery just angled too straight at the pads, and Paris easily uses the wrist. And the outfield does the rest.
Yeah, good boundary for him. Like you said, barely a line there. And good timing. He just gets into a good position. He just looks so assured at the crease. Shaquan Paris doesn't seem phased at all by anything. Just a ball offline and doing the rightful thing and getting it into the space for a boundary.
That's a much better delivery there from Charles. See a bit of banter going on in the middle. Clark having a word with Paris. Friendly competition.
sure he knows that that is the main man. He tries to put some pressure on him, captain to captain. But a lot will depend on this partnership and this pair, as he rightfully said. That was close. Definitely challenging there. He thought he had a chance. Just tried to work that one into the onside. Turned the bat a bit too early there, Rashawn. Guilty of trying to shut the face down a bit. Sure, they had some butterflies there for a minute. But all's well, ends well.
For a moment, Parris's heart was in his hands, but he lives to see another day. 20 for 2, 1 over to close out, 1 delivery to close out this over. Play and a miss. Something of note though, Andy Payne, in the first innings, well, 20 for 2, 6 overs done. In the first innings, young Jaheim Springer, he came in at number 5 after captain Shaquan Parris. He batted at number 3 today. Saif Bacchus, who batted at 3, he opened today. So there's obviously been a change in the batting order. We've seen no signs of Keanu Webster, who opened the batting. Do you think that this is tactical?
Oh, it could be a move. I'm not sure what would be the position where Webster is concerned. But obviously they've put the batters up one each. Obviously, Parris is stuck at that number 4 position.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of rotating some players around him where he could come in at 4. If they thought that was the case, really, they could have pushed him at 1 more.
Night continues. I'll certainly have a word with Coach Mario Boyce at the lunch break. See what the thought process is in the camp, the messages going out to the middle. Because I'm sure that he would still back his side to pose an imposing total. It's just about the batsmen standing up, applying themselves, spending some time in the middle, Andy, because it's only going to get easier. The new ball is going to be not so new. The fielders are going to get tired. Conditions are going to get better for batting. These young batsmen just need to bat out this opening spell, get themselves set, and get a score for their team.
Yeah, but like you said, obviously Parris is very comfortable at number 4, and they don't want to disturb that number 4 position. So in the absence of Webster, then Bacchus obviously would have pushed himself up 1, and then you obviously had to find a number 3 batter, where Bacchus would have batted in the first innings. So they've pushed Springer up because obviously, like I said, of that comfort position of number 4 for the captain, Shaquan Parris.
Oh, and he's dropped on. Parris has to go back to the pavilion. That's the big wicket. Christchurch Foundation are large and in charge. Reese Knight, you have potentially won the game for your side. That's his second wicket. Shaquan Parris has to go back to the pavilion. How detrimental could this be, Andy Payne?
Could be very detrimental. Like you said, this is the big wicket. The captain, and Paris. So just coming in at that number 4 position. Have a look at this. A length delivery. Just trying to pull that one from wide outside the off stump. Really, it's a bit too wide for that shot. Probably would be more inclined to play on the offside. Maybe a cut shot. But he got quite a bit of bat onto it, and the ball ricocheted onto his stump, off stump gone. And he's got to make his way, the slow walk back to the pavilion. As you see in here, he knows that he's the man who was really in a position to, if this game was to be extended by some time for his team. And he's disappointed. And he has disappointed as well. And Christchurch Foundation still very much with a deficit of 63 CP. They will feel, the Foundation boys, that this is the game for them.
Certainly. That wicket was so large, Andy Payne. I am in disbelief. Shaquan Paris has to go back to the pavilion. So for the final time of this season, he makes his exit from the field. And finally, we see Keanu Webster come to the crease. Christchurch Foundation, they're all over the Coleridge and Parry team. And I'm sure they think they have 1 foot over the line. Shaquan Mason, the wicketkeeper, now having a word with the batsman, trying to get into his head. The competition is really on in this challenge, in this encounter. These two teams, two sides that have never met in a final, Andy, and they are here battling for much more than just a trophy. They're battling for history. They're battling for bragging rights. Who is going to win here at Kensington Oval? So Keanu Webster, he's there. 3 slips in place, backward point, extra cover, mid-off, short mid-wicket, deep square, and a deep third-man fielder. Knight at the top of his mark. Naughty shot, Knight. I mean, Webster.
Yeah, very good ball for him to start. Knight, like you said, he looks the part. He's a big bowler. 2 for 4, and he's into his 4th over. But just getting that wicket of Paris, that's really the big scalp, like you said. And he still got good carry to the keeper. Webster, who we said be demoted down to number 5 now. Not sure that he's very quick to handle the likes of Knight. See, just kind of inducing the fault shot there. See, just changing the man coming into that fine leg region now. As he waits for Knight.
Good delivery there from Reese Knight. I am loving this spell of bowling. Just 1 delivery to close out his 4th over. 2 wickets for just 4 runs. Very, very impressive stuff from Reese Knight. 14 years of age, from the Christchurch Foundation School. A young man with so much potential. And he's showing exactly what he is worth here at the Kensington Oval. (2-0 for 3). 7 overs done. Another successful one for the Christchurch Foundation team. They're stringing them together.
Yeah, 20 for 3, and really in pole position, really. Still a deficit of 63. The captain is gone. Knight, he's in an excellent spell. 4 overs, 2 for 4. Got good support from Charles Rashawn, so they're really, really putting the screws on in this encounter. Young Kimani Clark, you're sure you'll speak more about that in his interview after the toss yesterday. He said he's going to dismiss them in two days, and he's very much on his way. But just to share a scorecard for the viewers, if you're following that on the 19 game, Cricket West Indies ladies on the 19 championship, Barbados in their 20 overs. They got us a 102 for 8. And you can see 102 for 8 in their 20. And then we reply and tell you the Jamaicans there are 45 for 3. We're into the 11th over. So just good going there for the Barbados team. Like Andrew mentioned a bit earlier, the rain damaged their first game. So looking to get another victory. And Rashawn. So good for the ladies. Zanaya Bruce, she got up to 30. So good on young Zanaya Bruce, 30 from 35 deliveries. Some 4-4s are definitely one for the future. I'm going to leave you, Rashawn. Andrew Mason, he's going to come in. And you guys are going to take it on for a bit.
Thank you very much, Andy Payne. Javari Charles continues. 2 slips in place. Waiting for that catch. Well played there by Glasgow. He's the key man now. Down the leg side, and Mason does tidy work yet again. 20 for 3 in the 8th over. Andrew Mason, welcome back.
Yeah, well, it's a situation where the foundation team looking very good indeed, particularly getting rid of the captain, chopping the ball onto his stumps. But the 2 fast bowlers from foundation looking pretty good. There's no question about that. Knight and Charles with a lot of ability. In fact, I'm quite happy with what I've seen in terms of the fast bowlers on both sides.
Yeah, I've been certainly impressed with the fast bowlers. Oh, beaten, and that one is taken! Magnificent stuff from Shaquan Mason, diving away to his right hand. This young man is unstoppable. Wow! Run around the Kensington Oval. What a catch that was. How incredible is this young man, Andrew Mason?
Yeah, he looked wrong-footed at one stage. It was a lovely outswinger. And the edge found, and he then moved to his right and took the catch. Look at that. Here's the delivery that came from the out portion of the bat. And as I said, he was actually going towards the leg side, then came to his right and took a spectacular catch. And there's no doubt about his ability as a keeper, as an off spinner, and of course the strength really is his batting. But I mean, that came from the out portion bat. There is, have a look at that, going down the leg side, then have it to come back to his right and took a spectacular catch. Absolutely brilliant. Well done to the young man.
You can't keep him out of the game, whether it's with bat, ball, the gloves. You simply cannot stop him. Shaquan Mason, incredible player.
The other thing too about that delivery was that it left the batsman late. Got a thick outside edge, and as you said, it was a brilliant catch taken by him. He was actually going to his left, and then in front of the captain, diving, and took a brilliant catch. And this puts Coleridge and Parry under the cosh here. In fact, this game could have very well ended today, based on what we've seen so far. So you may go to the beach a little bit later on, based on what we've seen. Wickets are falling like right mangoes here.
Loud appeal, and that one is given by umpire Basil Clark. Christchurch Foundation continue their dominance. These young men are unstoppable. They are up. They're excited. They can see a future where they lift this under-15 championship. Another wicket falls. Javari Charles, he's now on a hat-trick.
Yeah, brilliant batsman. When you see it in the monitor, struck full. And I mean, when you look at that, full And the toe there, that would have gone into his leg stump. And a pretty simple decision for the umpire to make there. Good delivery from the young man. He's on a hat trick, as you said, Charles. And this really augurs well for the future of Barbados cricket with these young fast bowlers. And we're certainly searching for some fast bowlers at the regional level, because actually only this year Shamar Springer and Kyle Mears opened the bowling for Barbados. So we're hoping that another year, 2, 3, 4 years from now, these can certainly come through. Because not only in Barbados, but certainly in the region, what we do need, we need fast bowlers. And I've always said that once we're going to get back to the top, we've got to go back to what made us stay at the top for a long time. Good, aggressive, fast bowling. This is so sadly missing. Of course, this is a long way off. These are youngsters, but you can see the talent. You can see a future. And I'm very, very excited from what I've seen so far. Knight looks very good. Dean, who just got out, swings the ball.
And Javari Charles.
Yeah, he looks good. Now picked up 3. So 20 for 5. And Griffith, who actually bowled, I thought, pretty well, comes out to fill the breach. Trouble, and more trouble for the CP side.
Hat-trick ball. Almost. It's a no ball. It is a no ball. Wonderful delivery, but he has infringed the front crease.
We look very disappointed there. Again, bowling full. And beat the batsman with a bit of pace as well. This is the Moncton now to climb for CP. Torn apart at 21 for 5.
Naughty shot there. 21 for 5. 8 overs completed.
Yeah, successful over. And an attempt to bowl full has been successful. And it's so refreshing to see young fast bowlers pitching the ball up, looking to get some swing. Sometimes we can be guilty of bowling short. Saw it from Dean. Now Charles and Knight. Let me remind all of our viewers, this pitch is a good cricket pitch. There's been some very good bowling from the foundation team, and no doubt Knight will continue.
There's an appeal, but no bat on that. You can really see the urgency of the Christchurch Foundation School. They're active in the field. They're moving around. They can sniff the smell of glory.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the game, I mean, 22 for 2 at one stage. That partnership between Mason and the captain made a significant difference. Got them a lead of 83. The tail wagged as well. And they've certainly got good bowling.
I think Webster just needs to leave some alone.
Yeah, you're right. He's just playing from outside the leg stump. And, well, he's far away from the ball. He's sparring at it. And the only thing he may do eventually is to get out. 3 steps are waiting.
Squeezed behind point. And it will run into the boundary. So valuable runs here for Kiani Webster and the Coleridge and Parry School. A welcomed boundary.
Welcome indeed. It was full. I mean, it was just a delivery to get bat on ball, and he played it square in the offside. But a clear plan by Foundation to bowl a full length here, and they've been successful. Knight has picked up 2. Big scalp of the captain. Yeah, that was played square in the offside. Down to backward point. But it's been a dominant performance by them, Foundation, and the key players are coming to the party.
Nicely bowled. A dominant performance indeed. You described it correctly. They're hunting for their first win in this competition since 2019.
Okay.
I actually played in that final, Andrew.
Well,
Foundation versus Queen's College.
interesting. Tell us about some of the players who would have played for Foundation then, 2019.
Well, some of the players that would have played is one that we mentioned yesterday, Nathan Seeley.
Okay,
Yeah, left arm spinner, batting, also bats. More recently, we've seen him as a batting all-rounder.
Was he the captain?
He was.
Okay, good.
Pulled over the leg side for 4.
Yeah, that was too short. No difficulty there in just getting bat on ball down to backward square. So Nathan Seeley and?
Yeah, Nathan Seeley. There was also a guy by the name of Camario Grant.
Yes.
Who would have played hard-hitting right-hander, but he left to go overseas and play his cricket. Joshua Dorn also would have been there as well.
Okay.
Yeah, he would have played in that game. Those were the main persons. None of the others.
Anyone else that would have gone on to have played, say, maybe under 19 or...
And Isaiah Folks, he would have played
yes,
as well.
Folks.
Leg spinner. He's now at the Yorkshire Cricket Club.
Was he the one who went to Wanderers at some time as well?
He did play for Wanderers last season, and now he's at Yorkshire.
Yeah, interesting. I saw him bowl, and I remember Dave Marshall, the former Barbados leg spinner, told me that he liked him. I quite liked him when I saw him. I think he was playing for Wanderers then. And he's playing for a club that is back in the elite.
Yorkshire.
Yep.
Whoa, nasty short ball. Yeah. Andrew Mason is pleased with that one. He's clapping.
Yeah, so refreshing to see a good lifting delivery. And from the first time I saw Knight, I liked him. Speaking to the noted retired journalist Ezra Michael Short about him this morning. We had a long chat, and he was making the point that these youngsters are very, very impressive. Time for drinks with CP in all kinds of contortions at the region's Mecca. They're 29 for 5.
I liked how you described that, all kinds of contortions. But that's the scenario here at the Kensington Oval. 29 for 5, as Andrew Mason stated.
Yeah. Just go back to that game. You said Joshua Dorn was there as well. Could you pull it up? Is that possible or highly unlikely? What happened to the game in terms of the scores, you remember?
Well, when you say pull it up, you mean the scorecard for the game?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I would be able to pull it up right now, but I actually do remember what happened. Queen's College got absolutely crushed. Because as you would know, we played this tournament during the summer vacation.
Right.
And we had a very good side coming through the tournament.
Right.
But we found ourselves a bit unfortunate in the finals because a lot of our players went overseas for vacation. Because it's playing in the summer. So I was one of the remaining players left back, and we were left with a lot of younger guys, a lot of first formers, second formers. So we had a very young team going into the final, and we got beaten.
So who would have been some of the players that would have taken you to the finals that eventually went on to, say, play under 19, for Barbados, or even got into the Barbados team?
Oh, we certainly had a lot of guys in those years. We had Zion Braffett, the first name that always comes to mind.
I like him.
Incredible all-rounder. He actually would have been my captain throughout my entire school life. Went to primary school with him, my first ever school captain. Queen's College, he captained me as well. captain me for the Barbados youth team. So Zion Braffett, Preston Clark also would have played with
Preston
myself.
Clark, is he at Pickwick?
He's at Pickwick as
yeah.
well.
Off spinner?
Off spinner.
Yeah, can bat a bit as well.
Yeah, very good batsman.
Yeah.
Speaking of Pickwick off spinner, Zondre Baptiste.
Yes.
He would have played in that competition. There's also the likes of a Radon Bellamy, UE fast bowler.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but let's have a look at the wickets before we continue that conversation. This morning we came out, saw a few bowl downs, Christchurch Foundation being cleaned up by the Coleridge and Parry School, and then Christchurch Foundation with the ball. They have been simply incredible cleaning up the stumps. That man Charles, he has been superb, along with his partner Knight, getting the big fish of Shaquan Paris. And boy, how excited was he for that one?
Yeah, I mean, they would have recognized they had to get him. And it was a short ball. It chopped the ball onto his stumps. Looked very disappointed when he departed. And that has left his team in a big hole. You know, Glasgow, who got 45 in the first innings, didn't do as well in the second. And Bacchus didn't really last. You could almost say in Bajan parlance, he didn't last as long as a snow cone. And in the end, you know, Springer gone for a dot. Now Paris, he went. But only 2 bowlers used so far. So the captain may consider. But sometimes, of course, when bowlers are doing so well, you just want to keep them on. Knight has bowled 5 and Charles, he's bowled 4. And they've been successful.
They have been successful indeed. Very incredible stuff from these 2 young men. And they have delivered. They've put their side in a dominant position. I can already see the coaches of the foundation side. They look very, very happy. Led by Mr. Name Owen, I'm sure that he's pleased, along with Coach Osborne. Those 2 will be very, very pleased with this side. But we're resuming cricket. And we've bowled him again.
Wow. That's spectacular, indeed. Right through the gate. And again, pitching the ball up. And you could see movement into the left-hander. Well coached. So refreshing to see bowlers pitching the ball up. It's much quicker through the air. Sometimes we tend to forget that. But I mean, when you look at this, that would have pitched on about the line of the middle stump, and you could see the movement into the left-hander. He lost his leg stump in spectacular fashion. Well done.
Yep. So he has to go back to the pavilion without scoring. Zachary Griffith. And the new batsman to the crease will be Deshaun Joseph. He's making his way out now. Javari Charles, 4 wickets for just 16 runs, and he's into his 5th over. So he's hunting for that 5-wicket haul.
I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Captain Clark keeping his fast bowlers on. And why not? This could finish before lunch.
It could indeed.
So if you're making plans to come tomorrow, you may have to just maybe go to Brandon's Beach instead. Now again, Rashawn right up in the block hole, dug it out. So as I said, there's a clear plan to pitch the ball up. And it's got the ball to move. Like Dean, but he bowled for CP. And certainly Knight as well. So this is a very good performance from the young man. And look at that field, very aggressive. He's got 3 slips.
Yeah, very aggressive field setting. I love this spell of fast bowling.
Just want to ask you, I mean, you've of course, you see these youngsters. You like the standard at the under 15 level? You think it's very competitive?
Yeah, I love the standard that I've been seeing this year. I think that these boys are some of the most outstanding that I've seen over the years.
Wow, that's a big statement to me.
Well, it is a big statement, but I think that there are a couple that really stand out to me.
Right.
And those guys have raised the quality of the cricket. There's the likes of a young Shaquan Parry, 500 runs in an under-15 season. I don't know how
tremendous,
often
yeah.
that is done.
2 centuries as well?
2 centuries. Yeah, there's also the likes of young Shaquan Mason.
Yes.
What he did yesterday. 5 wickets, a century, kept wicket, and did incredible.
Nobody's ever done that.
I can't say.
All happened. No, I mean, it is a record. It all happened the same day.
Wow.
I think Elvis Howard posted that in one of the social media chats sometime this morning.
Yeah, we must give thanks to Mr. Elvis Howard, though. He's been doing some excellent work with his articles leading up to this tournament.
Right.
But, yeah, I've really been impressed with the quality of cricketers we've seen this year. I think that each and every year, the tournament stands out in its own way. Bowlers either step up to the plate, batsmen step up, and there's those guys. Oh, yeah, there's those guys who really make a name for themselves, as there's a mix-up in the middle, but they get there safely. I believe each and every competition has those breakthrough players that afterwards you cannot forget to mention their names, and I think this tournament has certainly delivered a few.
Yeah. Just want you to tell me about some of the players outside of Foundation and Coleridge and Parry that would have impressed you.
Outside Foundation and Coleridge and Parry, we would have to ask Mr. Elvis Howard, but from the top of my mind, I'm thinking of a young Kimani Innes of the Lodge School.
Good player.
A lot of runs this season. After this delivery, I'll pull up the numbers for you, but yeah, the Lodge School as well. They would have produced a lot of young cricketers. Do you know the name Kimani Innes?
Yeah, of course. He's a Philippine like myself. And I'll tell you this, he is a player for the future. I mean, I suppose we say that all the time, and sometimes they disappoint you. But, I mean, from what you've seen of him, very, very, very talented cricketer. So Kimani Innes, anyone else? Can I get my pen and paper?
Well, before I move on from Kimani Innes, he's gotten over 400 runs this season with 2 centuries. So that's why I said he's certainly one that stood out to me. 2 centuries and 4 half centuries in the competition. From the Lodge School as well, there's also been a Malachi Mason, youngster who also got 2 centuries and a number of half centuries. So I think these youngsters from the Lodge School have been outstanding.
So Innes and Mason from Lodge. Can we go to maybe another school? I mean, anybody that came through. I'm sure you're going to pull this information up. It'll be interesting to find out. But in the meantime, it's going to be
I can't forget
night to continue and looking for more success for Foundation.
Oh, that's a no ball, certainly.
Yeah.
Oh, Knight goes down. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, and it was very, 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 very high. Must have just slipped from his graphs there because he produced it's normal. It's almost like a beamer, really. I'm sure we'll have a chance to see that again. But my golly, that's not the easiest ball to face. But the attempt to try to pitch it up, clear plan. So what do you like about Innes as a batsman?
What do I like about Innes? I like his aggression as well.
And that's why. Is he as aggressive as Mason?
Is he as aggressive as Mason?
Haven't seen both of them.
I'm not in a position to answer that right now because I haven't seen that much of both of them. This under 15 would have been the first that I've seen a lot of them.
Okay.
So,
but from what you know of him, he's quite an aggressive
From what I know,
batsman.
I don't think anyone can match Mason's aggressiveness. If I'm being honest, Mason, he absolutely made a statement yesterday. 103.
Very bold indeed. Yeah.
Very bold. So I would have to give that one to Mason based off of what I know. But
I mean, he took the fast bowlers on and had a couple of pull shots, hook shots. He also used his feet to the spinners and hit them over the top.
Oof, inside edge. But we can't go on talking about impressive young cricketers without me mentioning my alma mater, Queen's College. So there would have also been a youngster by the name of Mikhail Rajkumar, who registered a century this season. I don't know if you would. Let's have a look. Certainly a no ball. Certainly.
Yeah, that's a no ball. Good work by the cameraman. It really discomforted the batsman, Joseph, as well.
Yeah, have you heard the name Mikhail Rajkumar?
Well, I've heard it before. I mean, you obviously get all the information coming through on the BCA website, and of course the local radio stations carry a lot of it in the sports news.
Oof.
Although I didn't see a preview yesterday in the Nation. Did you see that? I didn't see that. Maybe they missed out there, the Nation. How could you not have a preview of the finals? Did you see the Nation yesterday?
I'm going to get a lot of heat for this, but I actually don't read the Nation.
Oh!
I get all of my information online.
Oh!
So I'm the typical young person.
Oh!
But I haven't opened an actual newspaper in a while.
Oh, really? Interesting. Very interesting indeed there. Yeah, I didn't see the preview. I was looking for it really.
Yeah, Knight really having some challenges right now. 2 no balls in the over already. Yeah,
his control has not been the best, generally. He's picked up a couple of wickets, but if you do a graph, you'll find that what's he bowling now? This would be his 6 over, 5 overs and 3 balls. And I would think that when you look at the number of balls that the batsman didn't have to play at, that would be although he's picked up 2 wickets, a little bit of a concern. He's generally been wide of the off stump, not taking anything away from his performance. Of course, he's a young man. He'll get better.
Deshaun Joseph seems to like that pull shot.
Yeah. Thinking an attempt not to bowl wide of the off stump. He's just bowling a bit straight now. But what I like about Knight is that for 14, 15-year-old, he's pretty sharp, pretty sharp. As I said, Dean is not as quick, but he does a lot with the ball. Certainly Charles as well, pitching the ball up. And we saw Griffith from Coleridge and Parry bowling pretty stiff as well. Oh, it's gone through. I'll go for boundary. Big edge. That's gone for 4. He's a lucky man to be there.
Yeah,
going through the cordon. And now Mason is telling the fielder at third slip how he should have caught that. Maybe Mason, you'd have to give him the gloves.
Yeah, Mason is saying, I would have caught that one easily.
Yeah. Disappointment. It was a lovely outswinger. Big edge. Catch not taken. I mean, that was a wonderful delivery. Yeah. Came from the top of the bat and went between second and third slip and went to the boundary. Charles was moving there to his left to try to catch it. Burst to the boundary for 4. Well, he's just about to conclude his 6th over. Charles has had 5. The captain may want to consider at the moment making a change. We shall see what happens. As I said, when you've got bowlers getting wickets, they want to bowl and bowl and bowl. So the captain has got a decision to make here. But he must be very happy, Clark, with the success of his opening fast bowlers. They've been very good.
Yeah, they've been very, very good indeed. I just want to know how long they'll go for.
Yeah. Would you make a change if you were captain, or would you keep?
I wouldn't make a change, to be honest, because
Okay.
these young guys still seem to be steaming in.
Yeah.
They're challenging the batsmen.
And it's not very hot.
Yeah, it's not a very hot day whatsoever. If I were the captain, I would have a chat with them and ask, how are you feeling?
Right. Okay.
And it looks as if he's out. Deshaun Joseph. He looks in confusion, but the Christchurch Foundation are in jubilation. He has to go back to the pavilion, caught down the leg side, and once again, that man, Shaquan Mason, is involved.
He looks very disappointed at the decision of the umpire. He looks angry, actually. It looked as if it carried as he swung at it.
And that's 5 wickets for the young man.
Well, I mean, that was short of a length. Well, if it hit anything, from what I've seen there, would it be the bat. But had to move a long way across to take it. And but he's gone. And wicket number 5 for Charles, as you said. Further trouble. Pick it up now, 5 for 16. Got some information in terms of the Barbados game. They're doing well.
Now
They're doing well. Okay. Of course, that information will be provided by you, hopefully. The under-19 team. 74 for 5 in 16 overs. So what's the equation? Tell me, my friend. I'm sure that you're a good mathematician. She's gone to her to her phone. She's gone for the calculator. So I'm sure they'll tell us in a minute.
So new batsman to the crease, Taj Jackson.
So it's 29 from 24 balls with 5 wickets in hand. Well, if you were up at Sabina Park last night, you would think that the the Kingsmen would have won. What a game! Did you see the game last night? Oh, you were fast asleep, Rashawn. I'm told you go to sleep pretty early.
Yeah, I do like to get in my sleep pretty early, but I didn't have a chance to watch the full game. Yeah.
Did you see the end of the game?
Yes, I did see the ending. I was actually at the University of the West Indies last night having a hit. Doing some practice.
Okay.
So when I got home around 10 o'clock or so, I
just turned the television on.
I just turned the television on and I watched the ending of the game. So I saw the Barbados Trident's bowling innings. I didn't see their batting innings, but I heard that Zachary Carter, he was incredible in the power play. Yeah,
he was. In fact, he put the Kingsmen on the tremendous pressure. They actually turned out to be jacks, really, given what he did. He was superb. And, you know, you got someone like a Brandon King at the top of the innings who is a batsman, so an interesting combination.
Guess what Andy Payne has just brought me?
Yes.
He's brought me the scores from my under-15 final in 2019 when Queen's College went up against the Christchurch Foundation School. And, of course, it's by none other than Mr. Keith Holder.
Right. Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Good old Keith Holder. Just before you do that, to me, Keith is always, checking cricket. I mean, he's a wonderful individual, a person that is very big on stats and in the morning listens to about 10 radio stations. I don't know how he does it, Keith Holder. He likes to listen to the Admiral in the morning. He likes to listen to VOB. He checks Hot. He even checks NBC Radio in St. Vincent. But he's provided that information that's very interesting. I'm going to leave you now because, of course, Andy Payne will come a call in. So I'm going to leave you to give that information.
No problem. A no ball being bowled by Javari Charles. 38 for 7. Foundation. I'm sure the celebrations are already beginning. Taj Jackson, he's there. Charles steaming in. Oh, that one will be 4 byes. Signal leg byes by umpire Clark. As we welcome back very shortly, we'll hear from Andy Payne. So valuable runs here for the Coleridge and Parry side. Javari Charles needs to tidy up. Started the over magnificently, but since then he's bowled a no ball, and we just saw 4 leg byes. Rapid short delivery. 42 for 7. How do you see it, Andy Payne?
I'll tell you, foundation is always this. You can say probably lunch in a couple of minutes. Really, to do well to get past the luncheon period. Still a deficit of some 41 runs. And I know you and Andrew were discussing the pace bowlers and their spells. But I think the regulation is that faster men can bowl, they bowl up to 6 overs in a spell. I think there will be some changes, definitely. It's already completed 6, his allotment. Charles just about to finish up his 6 as well.
Yep. So Charles, he's done his 6, 42 for 7. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Captain Clark introducing himself into the attack. But what a magnificent spell from these two. They have gotten 7 wickets between them. Charles picking up 5, and of course Knight, he's got 2. Incredible stuff from these 2 youngsters. Well, looking at this scorecard, I feel a bit ashamed to share, Andy Payne. Foundation beat Queen's College by 10 wickets to retain the title, and this is in the 2019 final, of course, which I with Sean Hackett would have played in. So we lost by 10 wickets. Let's have a look at the scores as we see beautiful conditions here at Kensington Oval, and Garcia, he steams in for his first delivery. Starts bang on target. But yes, in the first innings, it looked as if... I'm trying to figure out who batted first. Oh, we batted first, and we were bowled out for 61 in 18.3 overs. Wow. I didn't remember it being this bad, Andy Payne. Top score of 12 by Micaiah Simmons. He's also another outstanding player who would have passed through the ranks of Queen's College's under 15 team. There's also Preston Clark, we mentioned, Zion Brathwaite, Ethan Wood, who's playing for the UE team now. I'm seeing here that I got a duck in that game. Wow. But yes, as I mentioned, Nathan Seeley, he picked up 5 in both innings. He was the man. Magnificent stuff. Well, it looked as if Foundation, they got up to 196. Let me have a look at the full scorecard because everything seems condensed. I'm trying to piece it together. In the meanwhile, though, Garcia, he started well with 3 dot deliveries. Okay, so I'm understanding it now, Andy Payne. Queen's College first innings. We'll have a run through it. Micaiah Simmons, LBW by Seeley without scoring. Preston Clark, 10. He was also caught by Kamario Grant, bowled by Nathan Seeley. Zion Brathwaite, caught again, bowled by Nathan Seeley. So you keep count of how many wickets Seeley got. Gabriel Mahadri, folks, picked up that wicket. Bartlett, LBW by Seeley. So that's 4 for Seeley. Played. Lovely shot into the leg side. And you pick up 4 runs there. Keanu Webster, he continues. Carries his tally up to 16. But yes, Seeley, he's got 4 so far. Damani Roach, another outstanding player. He went caught by wicketkeeper Bold Alexander. Ethan Wood, Bowled by Folks. And R. Hackett. Oh, I actually didn't get out by Seeley. I was caught by Smith, bowled by Folks. And I scored 2 in that, Andy. So it was not a duck, it was 2. But yeah, we were bowled out for 60. Just over 60 runs. Wasn't the most memorable day. And in response, very good delivery indeed. 13 overs completed. 46 for 7. Garcia, just 4 runs from that over. Yeah, so Queen's College bowled out for 61 runs. I'm seeing the Foundation's second innings, but I'm not seeing Foundation's first innings. Lovely conditions here for some cricket at the Kensington Oval, as Andy Payne tries to help me out with the confusion of the scorecard. It was such a long time ago, but moral of the story though, Andy, is that we were beaten very, very badly that year. And Clark, he's introducing himself into the attack from the Joel Garner end. He picked up 3 wickets in the first innings, and just 3 wickets are required for victory. So can he be the man to get these 3? That short leg in place. Backward square, deep mid-wicket, short mid-wicket, mid-off, mid-on, extra cover, and a cover in place. Clark to begin. Oh, we're seeing that turn on offer yet again. Just starts a bit down the leg side. Just needs to start a bit wider of the off stump, Clark. Really extracting a lot of turn. Swept, and that goes up, and it's put down. Fielder never looked settled. He was spinning in the air. Wow. I thought he got some bat onto it. I'd love to see a replay of that one. Taj Jackson, the batsman on strike. That one runs close to the boundary. Fielder does well. And they'll come back for 2. Ooh, how did he put that down? Loud appeal, and it's not given. So a valiant shout there. 48 for 7. Coleridge and Parry trailing by 35 runs. The Christchurch Foundation School needing just 3 wickets to win. Those 2 guys on screen, Shaquan Mason, Kimani Clark, 2 of the main men for the Christchurch Foundation School. Mason just 1 half century coming into this final. And he followed it up with what was a magnificent century. And the skipper, Foundation's leading wicket taker for the season so far, His tally is now up to 35. So a good season he's having. And we're seeing a changing bowling from the Malcolm Marshall end. Number 25, Daquan Gill-Gittins. Coming to bowl some spin. Off spin it looks like. Just those two fielders on the boundary in the leg side. Deep mid wicket. Deep backward square leg. Oh, and he's nicked him. A soft dismissal. And Clark picks up the prize wicket of Webster. So Foundation one step closer to the championship. And the leg spinner Daquan Gill-Gittins, he strikes. Let's have a look back at it. That nice fluent leg spin action. Pitching. Yeah, really nice area. And a good catch.
Tell you though, Rashawn, that Rising Stars won the 19 ladies game. Jamaicans in 91 for 8. Still need another 12 runs from 11 deliveries. 2 wickets to the good though. So close encounter there. Bruce is picking up a wicket. But this is really needs to get home here. Still some 12 runs from 11 deliveries. Cricket West Indies Rising Stars under 19 competition.
So new batsman to the crease, Marquez Broom. Good delivery there. Gill-Gittins starting bang on target. That one is pulled high and lands safely. So 4-9 for 8. 15 overs completed.
Well, like you said, just leading up to that luncheon period, still a deficit of 34 runs. And just 2 wickets needed to be taken here by the Christchurch Foundation boys. Tell you, this has been a complete demolition job, really, like you said, by the Foundation boys. Coming in here, leading this morning by 56 runs, taking the tally up to some 83. And in the second innings, really steamrolling the Coleridge and Parry boys, led by excellent bowling there from Charles, like I said, a fifer. Good support from Reese Knight, 2. So the fast bowlers really done well for his team. So probably the final over here before the luncheon period.
Yes, we're approaching that lunch break. Nicely bowled.
tell you during the interval, you can be an interview with Alan Roach of the Students Revolving Loan Fund. He'll definitely had a word with Andrew Mason. Remember, the Student Revolving Loan Fund continues to be a partner here with the Barbados Cricket Association in this BCA under 15 competition. As you can see, some excellent players coming through this competition. Fantastic work here by the foundation team. That man, Shaquan Mason, showing all his excitement and skill.
Up. Oh, nicely taken there. Running back over his shoulder. So Broom has to go back to the pavilion. Kimani Clark into the wickets.
Yeah, just helping that one behind square. And a well judged catch by the fielder there from backward square. Charles just running back and taking that one over his shoulder. Fantastic catch for Clark to pick up yet another. So fantastic work there by the foundation boys. They continue to really steamroll the CP boys. Clark picking up a wicket maiden in the process. I tell you, that is really putting the finishing touches here. Have a look at this. Just trying to help that one over square leg there. And Charles running back, taking it over his shoulder. Well judged by the young man. And further destruction, really, for the Coach and Parry team.
Yeah, really well judged catch there. It's never easy taking those ones, running back over your shoulder. Lovely work done there. 4-9 for 9. 16 overs completed. Coleridge and Parry trail by 34 runs. The Christchurch Foundation School, just 1 wicket needed for what could be their first championship since 2019. One that has been in the making for 7 years.
I tell you, Rashawn, as well, victory to the Barbados ladies, the under 19 girls. They've pulled that one off against the Jamaicans. Impressive showing by them. Just going to find out the final scorecard here. So Barbados ladies, the under 19s, was complete in victory by 6 runs. So good on the part, 2-2 after rain. They have no play in the first game. Rain interruptions, and actually there was no player at all. So 2 victories and 2 for the Beijing girls. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations to our Barbados under 19 women's team. You continue to rep the flag with pride. Oh, that one goes through everyone, and they'll run a few. Oh, confusion in the middle. A better throw, and it would have been all over. The Foundation School, 4 titles in this competition. They have won it in 2005, 2016, 2018, and 2019. And they're now eyeing the 2026 Student Revolving Loan Fund BCA Schools under 15. Just 1 wicket could seal it all. 1 wicket and the trophy could be back in Churchill. But for now, 51 for 9, 17 overs completed.
17 overs completed, like you said, maiden over there from the Quan Gil Gittins. Just confirming that with the regulations, Rashawn, with the last wicket pair at the crease. Obviously, the regulations will state that we will play on for half an hour or until the dismissal of the last wicket. So the lunch period was supposed to be 140. I think that they've enforced 150, is it? Sorry. So just confirming the timings here to see how it works. Just to inquire if that is a stipulation in the regulations as well.
So Zayden Haynes, he takes his mark. Kimani Clark with ball in hand. Oh, almost, Andy. Christchurch Foundation, they're eager. I can already see the flags, the banners starting to wave from down by the stands. Nicely bowled.
This is good bowling here by Kimani Clark. Just getting the ball to a nice loop and drift and going past the outer edge of Haynes Pierce.
Nicely capped out. Where is he going? Where is he going? Well done in the slips. There are the banners. They're awaiting to run on the field. But Zayden Haynes, he's delaying the process just a little bit longer. Can he get to the lunch break? Struck aerially. Land safely. So they'll have to wait another over. 5-1 for 9. 18 overs completed. This is the Student Revolving Loan Fund BCA Schools Under 15 competition. And speaking of the Student Revolving Loan Fund, stay tuned, viewers. Very shortly, we will have a conversation with Mr. Alan Roach from the Student Revolving Loan Fund, who have continued to support this competition from its inception of this season. And they have continued to offer that support to our young cricketers.
Yes, like I said, full demolition by the foundation boys. Excellent work by the fast bowlers. It's really set the CP team back. No resistance whatsoever. It's just some 18 overs that they've managed to bat, Rashawn. It's still a deficit of 32 runs. So like I said, really in danger of losing by an innings here at the CP team. And how good it would be for the guys from Christchurch Foundation. You know, we would have went through some of the names that would have passed through the foundation halls yesterday. I know it was something that you wanted to further discuss today. Some names that would have eluded us.
Sweat, loud appeal, and there it is! The Christchurch Foundation team have won the BCA Schools Under 15 competition for the 5th time in history. 2005, 2016, 2018, 2019, and now they have added the 2026 trophy to their cabinet. Congratulations, Churchill. Stand up. You have done it. Champions of Under 15 cricket in Barbados. Massive foundation beacons. You have been massive indeed.
Yeah, excellent performance by the boys from Churchill, like you rightfully said. Just coming here and winning by an innings. This is a fantastic performance. Look at that man in front there, Charles. Excellent. Have a look at this. Going all across it. Stuck in front, the off stump really. And umpire Crawford just signaled the deadly finger goes up. The deadly index finger goes up. So just about 149, Rashawn, on day 2. The Christchurch Foundation boys, they've completely steamrolled the CP boys for victory. Like you said, their 5th victory in the Under 15 competition. So kudos to Coach Nemo Wynn, Captain Kimani Clark, and team. Excellent performance.
Excellent performance indeed. Andy Payne, you've summed it up. You've said it all. At this time, Andy, we'll have a very special guest, Mr. Alan Roach. But yes, the celebrations, they're beginning. What a game it has been. A very short one, but not short of action whatsoever. And the trophy is going back to the foundation school.
No, really good performance by the boys from foundation. Coach is just there in the middle, Mario Boyce of CP. Seeing Ricky Carter there as well from Foundation. But Dennis Osborne, the veteran, he's been around Christchurch Foundation for some time. But what an impressive showing by the Foundation boys. That man, Shaquan Mason, you saw him with the bat, with the ball, with the gloves. And he's really done an excellent job for his team. I'm sure they'll be happy. Definitely on what was 2 fantastic days of cricket. But if you look at this scorecard, dismissed for 51. Glasgow, he went there, caught by Gil Gittins 4, 9. Bacchus, bowled by Reese Knight for 1. Jaheim Sprayer, a ball by Charles without scoring. Shaquan Parry, the captain, the big wicket really. He was bowled by Knight for 6. Keanu Webster, we saw him open the first innings, but batted as far as number 5 in this innings. And showing the only rearguard action that only came from him before he was caught by Clark off Gil Gittins for 16. Amani Dean, he was legged before wicket to Charles without scoring. Zachary Griffith, bowled by Charles without scoring. Deshaun Joseph caught by Gil Gittins off Charles without scoring. And Taj Jackson legged before wicket to Gil Gittins for 2. Broom, the last man, caught by Charles off the bowling of Kimani Clark for 1. Some 16 extras in that total to be dismissed for 51 in 18.2 overs. Really steamrolled there by the Foundation team.
Yeah, absolute dominance indeed. 51 all out. The Christchurch Foundation team have won by an innings and 32 runs. I'm sure they'd be happy with that. The celebrations are already beginning down on the pasture. Let's have a look at the bowling as well. Starting things off were the opening pair of Reese Knight and Javari Charles. Knight, 2 wickets in his 18, 2 wickets for 18 runs in his 6 overs. 5 wickets for Javari Charles for just 17 runs in his 6 overs. And I'm sure that those two would have gone on to bowl many more overs if it weren't for the rules and stipulations. But fantastic start, sharing 7 wickets between them. Garcia just that 1 over for 4 runs. And to finish things off was the skipper, Kimani Clark. 1 wicket, 2 runs, 3 overs. And Daquan Gil Gittins picking up that final wicket. He picked up 2 for just 1 run in 2.2 overs.
I can tell you, excellent work there by Javari Charles. 5 for 17 in the second innings. Excellent from the young man. Yep, so wickets fell at 10, 12, 20, 20, 20. 4 going down there, that favor 29, 37, 48. 49 and the final wicket going down 51. But the pick of the bowlers, like you said, Javari Charles, 6 overs, 17 runs and 5 wickets. Impressive, really leading his team to innings and 32 runs victory. As you rightfully said, Rashawn. What an impressive showing.
Yeah, impressive showing indeed. Not just by the Christchurch Foundation School, Andy, but I think that the real winners of this game has been Barbados cricket. We have profited significantly from the talent on display, and there's so much more for the future. We've seen a lot of talent that I know for sure going forward there will be in the West Indies and Barbados mix-up. In case you're now joining us, let's have a look back at what transpired over the past 2 days. Having won the toss and batting first, the Coleridge and Parry side were bowled out for 127. The 2 main contributors, Cairo, Glasgow at the top of the order. 45 runs from 68 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. How wonderfully did he bat, Andy?
Well, he did a good job. Like you said, it was a good opening partnership between himself and Webster. Webster didn't get many, but he batted as many as 47 deliveries, and that always led the platform for the Coleridge and Parry side in the first innings. Something that was missing in the second innings, really. But you saw Webster being demoted as far as number 5 in the order. Glasgow, he didn't get going in the second innings. You saw Bacchus being promoted in the second innings, didn't get going again, and a pair for Jaheim Sprayer, again being promoted into that number 3 position. But like I said, Glasgow just showing that he's a good prospect, good product. And then he had the big wicket in Shaquan Paris, the man who really held it together. Like we said, he looks an excellent player. He's got lots of time to play his shots. He got up to 45 yesterday. But at the end of that partnership, a 50 partnership between himself and Glasgow that really led to the full demise of the CP boys, and there was no looking back after that.
Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly. Let's have a look at the bowling now. We know the standout performer, a man that goes by the name of Shaquan Mason. Really and truthfully, he's a boy, Andy, but after what he has just done, you would think he's a man. Putting in those performances, a magnificent 5-wicket haul. After starting with the gloves, he came out, said, "Coach, put me in to have a bowl," and he came and he delivered 5 of the finest wickets for 21 runs in his 8.2 overs. And the skipper, he was there to support ably as well. 3 fantastic wickets for 44 runs in a marathon spell of 17 overs. The other wicket taker, fast bowler Luis Garcia, 6 overs, 2 maidens, 19 runs. He picked up that 1 wicket. So a really good bowling effort and a good fight back from the Christchurch Foundation School. And let's remind the viewers that at one point in time, Coleridge and Parry were 92 for 2. And then they were bowled out for 127 thanks to a disciplined bowling effort from the Christchurch Foundation School. And starting their innings yesterday, the Christchurch Foundation team got up to 210 before they were bowled out. Once again, Shaquan Mason at the top of the order, 103 runs from 63 balls, 14 fours, 3 sixes. Now let's pause and talk about that innings, Andy. When this boy came out, we initially thought that he looked a bit loose. We thought that he was very aggressive. But as he went on, we realized that that wasn't looseness. That was controlled aggression, and the way he carried on his innings, his maturity, it was really incredible. What do you think about it?
Yeah, excellent knock by Shaquan Mason. 103 of 63 deliveries, some 14 fours, 3 sixes. Like you said, it was really a very well controlled innings. Like you said, held it together and really put his team in the ascendancy.
Let's have a look at the highlights for today. Starting day 2, the Coleridge and Parry side made quick work of finishing up the foundation innings. Some boundaries in between, but a chop on there. That's fast bowler. And then we saw some late runs. But the Christchurch Foundation side, they were a bit fortunate. Some catches being dropped. A really good batting partnership there from that final partnership. Garcia, he really packed a punch. Added some runs. He finished on 15. And then CP, they had their opportunity to bat, where they were absolutely destroyed. Andy Payne, let's have a look here at this innings. Shaquan Parrish chopping on.
Yeah, well, it was really the fast bowlers show. Charles and Reese Knight really doing it, the damage. You see an excellent catch there by the keeper Mason, just showing his all-round ability, with the bat and ball. And Charles picking up a 5 foot in this innings. They had no answer for Charles, the CP players. Like you said, only allowed to bowl a maximum of 6 overs, and continued to show good pace, good aggression, good carry through to the keeper. And he was always there, bordering the CP men, disturbing the stumps. So excellent show, another good catch there. Just given out there by Clark. But excellent work there in the outfield. Runs continue to show there by Webster, who came late in the order. Chance goes a bag and he couldn't hold on to that. But then the money, Gill gets picking up a 2 in the end, and Captain Clark picking up 1 late wicket there. Good catch, just running back, taking it over the shoulder, and then the end was near. Sweeping across the line, giving out there the final wicket for the CP boys, winning by a innings and 32 runs. Christchurch Foundation, to say that highlight package sums it up.
Yeah, it really sums it up. What an incredible 2 days of cricket we've had, and we saw that banner coming out. Massive Foundation beacons, and massive is the word that we could use to describe their performances over these past 2 days. The conditions at Kensington Oval have remained absolutely beautiful. I certainly would love to get out there and play some cricket, but what a final it has been, Andy Payne. One that's finished early, but full of action indeed.
Yeah, within a day and a half, really, like you said, foundation just doing all the running after second wicket partnership for CP, 92 for 2. So the dismissal of Glasgow, and at the end of that, it was all foundation doing the running for the team, for the guys from Christchurch there. Mason, impressive yesterday, like you said, some 5 wickets after he started. The gloves came coming in with the ball, picking up a fifer, and then going on there to score a century within 1 day. So it was all the Mason show. Accustomed to seeing that. But as we just gonna wind up here, it's going to be Mason and Guess, a name that you've heard for. Andrew Mason, he's going to be joined there by someone from the Student Revolving Loan Fund, one who we say continue to support Barbados cricket and support these juniors in earnest. So, next voice you're going to be hearing is that of Andrew Mason.
So thank you very much indeed. This game ending very, very early. In fact, you can make some adjustments and I suppose go to the beach, Brandon's Beach. You can even go to Skeets Bay up in St. Philip. I know that beach very, very well indeed. No doubt about that. And it was a swift end. And you kind of expected maybe that given what transpired on the first day. In fact, we had some 17 wickets going down on the first day, and it was a very good performance by the foundation team to go on to win. Before the break at lunch on the second day of the match, they won by an innings and 32 runs. So clear dominance by the team that, in my view, was much better, and we want to congratulate them. The last time they won would have been back in 2019, as young Rashawn Hackett told you. It's my pleasure to welcome someone that I know very, very well. Of course, we're talking about Alan Roach, who is very much a part of the Student Revolving Loan Fund. They're the sponsors of this competition, and it's really great to have you, Alan, being very much a part of this. First of all, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
You must be quite happy to have the association with the Barbados Cricket Association and, of course, the youngsters.
Yeah, we definitely happy to be a part of this again. We're happy to be part of anything that showcases the positiveness in the youth of Barbados, and we need a lot of that right now, especially among our boys.
Yeah,
sorry
indeed.
to say. But yeah.
What would have influenced the Student Revolving Loan Fund to have come on board with the Barbados Cricket Association?
Number one, cricket is, I would dare say, one of our number one sport. And also because we try, as I mentioned earlier, to be affiliated with anything that is to deal with developing the youth. It could be culture, it could be sports, and obviously academics,
right?
Because that's what we do. A number of these youngsters, they may be under 15 now, but after lunch they're going to be at university.
Yes. That's very true. Yeah, very true.
Right. So these are persons we would like to also be thinking about that, whether it be scholarships within the field that they're in, or actually having to finance their studies down the road to keep the academic stream also going. Apart from this, we finance areas of study in coaching and these kind of areas, persons who are pursuing higher levels of study in the particular sport that they play, etc. And we also supplement a number of students who would have gone to the level of having scholarships. But scholarships not necessarily going to cover 100% of everything.
That's very true.
The Student Revolving Loan Fund, we are there to help assist on that level. And just being a Barbadian organization, I think it is important, is a big part of our national mandate to support this, because again, back on supporting the youth, for every one of the youngsters out there playing, there are a couple of them out there, not this lucky to be doing this and having this exposure. And we would like to reach as much of them as possible and have them having this positive experience. I'm not an age myself, but I like to compare this to you know how they had the road to Wembley.
Yes, very
back
right.
in the day, the fact that the youngsters, they would have played at all the local fields and stuff leading up to this, and playing here is, I mean, an achievement in itself. Whether you win, whether you lose, you can say that you played an official match at the Kensington Oval.
So important. I'm sure it makes a big difference to them. When did you actually start your sponsorship with the Barbados Cricket Association?
Our first year,
and how long does it last for?
Our first year was last year.
Okay.
This is our second, and then we have another year coming up.
Okay.
So we're looking, it's called Trinity.
Trinity?
Yes, it's 3 years.
Okay, wonderful.
We're on board with them for. And we would like to see the sport and the attention to the sport grow from strength to strength. I mean, honestly, we would like to see a little bit more involvement from the schools, having more of these schools present to support their people. So that's what we envision it growing to.
Yeah. Of course, in conjunction with the Barbados Cricket Association, we want to get the whole promotion, because you really want to come to Kensington Oval and have the former students, of course, of Coleridge and Parry and the foundation, and other schools as well, being here and have a tremendous atmosphere.
Have that atmosphere, but you know the time, I guess, is in summer, so you know what happens.
Lots of people go on vacation as well.
Exactly, but to have it here filled with school children supporting their peers and cricket on a whole, because I mean, not necessarily your direct peer as far as school is concerned, but you're here because you love cricket, and as adults loving the development of cricket. I know the adults like to come out to watch the adults play,
right?
But when you say it's like let's say on the 15, it may be a little bit like, okay, all right, cool, but they don't know that there's really start, isn't it?
Yeah. That's very, very true. And Student Revolving Loan Fund very much a part of that start. There's no question about that.
Yeah,
we're going to let you go pretty soon, but just before you go, in terms of, let's assume I come to the Student Revolving Loan Fund. I mean, what can you offer me?
We have a number of things. We have, like, if you're going, like a man like yourself, you're looking at probably going to do a master's or PhD.
Yes.
We offer loans for that level of study, which would be like, let's say,
wonderful,
up to $125,000. We call that our pinnacle loan. We also have a series of loans under the EduFlex brand. One of them, which will be most important right now for the parents of the guys out there playing and the school children, is you got this back to school loan. So if you got all your supplies and stuff that you need to purchase, you can borrow from us to actually fulfill that need. We also have for professional studies, if you're looking to do a certification or a short course or anything like that, you can get up to $10,000 from us to pursue that. And then if you need equipment for your studies, etc., we can also provide lending for that. So we try to cover as many of the aspects of student lending as possible, because that's all we do.
Right.
So we're trying to make sure everybody has a chance at higher education, and sometimes, you know, a little extended education, because it's not just about doing the academics to be able to get a job. A lot of persons do these short courses to enhance their entrepreneurial scenarios. So that's
basically what you do.
And we offer it at a very low interest rate. It's easy to apply. Just check us out at srlfloan.edu.bb. All of our applications are online.
Well, I want to thank you, Alan, for coming and being here with us. Thanks for the partnership with the Barbados Cricket Association, and we wish you well.
Well, thank you very much. And
indeed, nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
All right, so there you have it, Alan Roach, of course, who is very much a part of the family now with the Barbados Cricket Association, and no doubt we'll continue the sponsorship. Pretty soon we're going to be looking at going down for the presentation. Of course, when that happens, we'll be very much here to bring it for you. But let me tell you that it happens so quickly with the pace of Obadeli, the Bronze King, with the CP team. A meek surrender all out for 51. So therefore losing by an innings and 32 runs in the sunshine of the region's Mecca. Of course, when we come back, no doubt we'll be hoping to go downstairs. I know they're preparing very much for the presentation, and we'll be able to bring that to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It came a bit earlier than we would have predicted, and many of us would have desired. But we have come to the end of the final of the 2026 Student Revolving Loan Fund Barbados Cricket Association Under-15 Schools Cricket Tournament. And I think we owe it to the two finalists to show some appreciation, because it is a victory to actually make the final. Coleridge and Parry and the Christchurch Foundation. It is always my pleasure to introduce our presentation party over here to my right, and starting from my direct right and going eastward, starting with the president of the Barbados Cricket Association, Mr. Calvin Hope. Next to him is the Chief Executive Officer of the BCA, Mr. Paul Skinner. Mr. Ian Bradshaw, the Tournament Ambassador. Mr. Alan Roach, the Assistant Manager of Marketing and Business Development at the Student Revolving Loan Fund. Mr. Pedro Graves, who is a director and actually vice president of the BCA, and director, Mr. Anthony De Pisa. Before we go any further, let me ask Mr. Hope, the president, to say a few words to us.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, congratulations to the foundation, Christchurch Foundation School, on winning this final. My commiserations to the Coleridge and Parry School. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for attending the final. I wish to thank all those schools who participated in this year's competition. Also wish to thank the coaches who supported them, and their games masters and so forth who were there to support them during the tournament. The tournament came off well, and we've come to this stage, and we wish that all your schools will participate again next year. We thank the umpires, the Barbados Cricket Umpires Association, for their support during the tournament, this year's competition. We thank very much the match officials for today's final, the ground staff at Kensington who had a good day before you, prepared today and yesterday. And we wish also to thank the cricket operations staff for organizing the tournament throughout the year, and especially today's final. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President. As we move on with the proceedings, next up, we're going to have a presentation made to the officials in the final, those umpires and scorers who are, as usual, very much part and parcel of any cricket match. So we're going to start with the scorer, Ms. Sanchia Barrow, if she would come forward, and I'll ask Mr. De Pisa to make this first presentation. Anthony De Pisa to Ms. Sanchia Barrow, scorer statistician. Well done, Sanchia. And we are going to ask the umpires to please come forward. The three officials in the match. The reserve umpire, ladies first, Ms. Kimberly Hosanna. And the gentleman on the field, Mr. Tyrone D. Crawford. And Mr. Basil Clark. Thank you, Mr. DePisa. We're going to ask Mr. Roach to come forward to make the next presentation of the Zone Awards. The zone winners, starting with Zone A, the Coleridge and Parry School. Zone B, the Allen School. And the winners in Zone C, Christchurch Foundation. Mr. Pedro Graves, thank you, Mr. Roach. Mr. Pedro Graves will make the next set of presentations. These go to the silver medals, go to the runners-up. For this middle page. I'm looking for that, or I kind of lost on this page. Oh boy, I'm struggling. So what she want now? So we're calling on Mr. Roach to come forward again for the presentation of the individual awards. We are going to start with the batsman with the most runs for a total of 553 runs from the Coleridge and Parry School, Shaquan Paris. Congratulations. The bowler with the most wickets, 44 wickets, to Donico Wilson of Milo Lodge. To be collected on his behalf. And the wicket keeper with the most dismissals, joint winners, both with 10 victims. Shaquan Mason of Christchurch Foundation, 5 catches and 5 stumpings. And Jaden Detterville of the St. Leonard's Boys, 3 catches, 7 stumpings. there's a representative who can collect on his behalf, please come forward. Then there is the matter of the fielder with the most catches from Milo Lodge with 9 catches, Zadaris Canterbury. Come forward again, Kimani. Calvin, you're at the next presentation. So we say thanks to Mr. Jordan. We'll ask the president to make the presentation to the best all-rounder in the tournament. Let's look at some of his distinctive figures. 2 centuries, 112 not out and 108 not out. 5 dismissals as a wicketkeeper, with a matter of 553 runs in the tournament. From the Coleridge and Parry School, Shaquan Paris. Also, Mr. Hope will present the highest individual scorer for a knock of 124 not out from the Milo Lodge, Malachi Mason. Kimani, you're busy. Thanks, Mr. President. We'll ask the CEO to come forward next, Mr. Paul Skinner, and he's going to present the prizes to the player of the match in each semi-final, starting with the Christchurch Foundation versus Milo Lodge. And for bowling figures of 4 for 41, the player of the match, semi-final 1, Kimani Clark, Christchurch Foundation. And in semi-final 2, the Allen School versus Coleridge and Parry, 6 wickets for 30 runs and a 13 with the bat, Katori Sobers of the Allen School.
That's you right in there.
That's hers. There's also the matter of the player of the final. I think that was fairly straightforward. Started out as wicketkeeper, came out and bowled, took 5 for 21, and then finished it with 103. Shaquan Mason, Christchurch Foundation, player of the final. So, Mr. Graves, Mr. Skinner, thank you very much. Mr. Graves, Vice President of the BCA, will make the presentation of the silver medals that go to the runners-up. And in this match, that runners-up team happens to be the Coleridge and the Parry School, led by their captain, Shaquan Paris. The others can please come forward. If you may, Shaquan, Would you please join me here, Shaquan? Your task is to identify your players. Come in, hold on, don't hurry. Come, yeah, just speak. Just call them. Just call them. Call that person. Call the next person.
Cairo Glasgow. Cairo Glasgow. Tyler Jackson.
Put the mic to your face.
Sammy.
Samuel Harry.
Yeah, Samuel Harry.
Go now.
What's shit? Zachary Carter. Zachary Griffith.
Guyana.
James Springer. East Bacchus.
Call you first name, right?
Deshaun.
So
Detroit. Zayden Haynes. Jakeeden. Marquez. Kiani Webster.
and there's a medal here for you too, Mr. Coach. Mario Boyce. Congratulations on a job well done. The runners-up, Coleridge and Parry. Now, Mr. President Calvin Hope will make the presentation of the gold medals to the Christchurch Foundation School team. We're going to start with the captain, Kimani Clark. And the task is yours. Well, I know the next player, Shaquan Mason. And the rest is yours. No, yeah, the rest is yours.
Reese Knight. Luis Garcia. This one?
Yeah, hold this one. This is the one you're speaking into.
Daquan Gilgiddens. Giovanni, go take off your black thing. Giovanni Greenwich. Tiga Young. Shyborn. Aaron Eastman. Kyson Hitson. Pietro Barfit. Deontay Glasgow. Javari Charles. Zakai Weeks. Chance King. Liam Thomas.
And what about the coaching staff? Mr. Wynn, for sure. Head coach. And his assistant, Mr. Dennis Osborne. AKA Parker. Well done, gentlemen. And now the final one, the big trophy that goes. Okay, following the program, the first presentation by Mr. Hope goes to the shield for the runners-up. Coleridge and Parry, please come forward, Shaquan, and accept the prize for the runners-up, the trophy for the runners-up. Coleridge and Parry. And then comes the final presentation, the big trophy, the BCA trophy that goes to the winners of the 2026 Student Revolving Loan Fund under 15 competition. Mr. Bradshaw, you will join Mr. Hope. Mr. Roach, you too will join Mr. Hope in making this presentation to the winners. Christchurch Foundation. Well done. Thanks to everyone concerned. Champions, let's hear another round of applause for the champions. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the end of this awards presentation. And we wish you all a very good afternoon and safe travels.
So celebration time for the Christchurch Foundation side. And no doubt about it, they were very dominant in this game. And the only time really that they were pressured would have been at 22 for 2. But then the best batsman and the captain got together and settled that issue. And to have gotten 210, a lead of 83 was enough. And then, before you could say Christchurch Foundation, it was Coleridge and Parry all out. And it was, as they say, bingo numbers. It was a meek surrender. And there we go. Wonderful, wonderful. And they richly deserve it. They've not won it since 2019. And to have gotten into the finals after a hard-fought battle against Lodge, it's time for celebration as far as the team is concerned. The captain there, along with Mason, their two top guns, holding that trophy. And Siebert Strawn behind, of course, one who has been with them for such a long time. Good athlete, Olympian, no doubt, would be quite a happy man with the performance of his team. So, Nemo Win, who has been very much with them for a long time, would be celebrating. That really is about hard work for the Christchurch Foundation side. The game finishing in, well, a day, really. I mean, you can't say 2 days because it finished before lunch on the second day. It was a swift victory for them. And just about time to really throw that trophy very much in their massive foundation beacons. And a team that was pregnant with character, a team that had flair and panache, and would have been inspired by the thought that if you itch for success, then keep on scratching. Here we go, foundation. Joel Big Bird Garner will be quite happy. Joffa Archer, I'm sure, to watch the stream. Hello, Joffa, wherever you are. I'm sure you're celebrating the work of art of a team that really deserves the trophy. They were simply unstoppable as they beat it like the king of pop. Michael Jackson was gone to the great beyond. So, you simply can't keep your eyes off the side. Check on Mason. By far, the man of the match. I'm sure his family, his mother, who would have played for Barbados in hockey, the goalkeeper for some time. So he comes from a family that is certainly steep in sports. And his mother, I spoke to her yesterday, very proud of her son. And of course, very proud of what he was able to do for Foundation as they celebrate at the region's Mecca. So the sights and the scenes of Kensington Oval. It's about getting ready to have an interview, of course, with the captain of the losing team, Coleridge and Parry, young Shaquan Paris. It'll be interesting to hear what he has to say. And we're just about to go down. So Rashawn Hackett. Here we go. What celebration? What celebration for the Christchurch Foundation team. And as we said, they were simply dominant. Okay, so it's about time to go downstairs and hear from the captain of the losing team.
The under-15 final is finished, and joining me is the captain of the runners-up side, Shaquan Paris of Coleridge and Parry. Shaquan, congratulations on what has been a fantastic journey. You've made it here to the final today, but you didn't get over the line. Where do you think you guys lost it in this final?
I would mostly say in most departments, obviously in batting we lost wickets quickly. In bowling we was all over the place, but I tell you, we need to be. And you feel a lot of misfields and drop catches.
Yeah, but obviously before this final, you guys would have had an excellent season, going the entire group stages unbeaten and the semi-finals. How much have you enjoyed leading this team from the front?
It was always a good feeling to score some runs, get most runs, and captain the team to the final.
Yeah, you talked about having the most runs in the season, 500 plus runs, Shaquan. Surely a memorable season to remember for you. How much did this season mean to you?
Yeah, it was a good season for me for sure. I would say I could have done a little bit better. I didn't perform in the final, but it was still a great season.
Shaquan, finally, you guys have had a lot of supporters throughout the entire tournament. What do you have to say to anyone who has supported Coleridge and Parry?
Thanks to all the fans for supporting and coming out.
Thank you very much, Shaquan. You enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Thank you. You guys have heard it here from Shaquan Paris, and just in moments, we will have an interview from the captain of the Christchurch Foundation side, Kimani Clark, who is currently celebrating with his team. But we will invite Kimani just over in a moment to have a chat with us.
Thank you very much indeed. Yes, so thanks very much indeed to young Rashawn Hackett. Very much a part of the commentary team. And certainly when we do the assessment of Coleridge and Parry, we heard from their captain. Where did Coleridge and Parry go wrong?
Yeah, well, falling down after that luncheon period yesterday, I think the dismissal of their captain just prior to lunch.
Yes,
I think that
crucial.
That was crucial indeed. Because he was in a good batting zone. He was at set 45 and looking very good. I think he had the foundation side under pressure once he was present. But from the time his dismissal came, he seems to have lost a bit of concentration. You saw him in the previous overplay, the naughty shot, like you said.
Yeah, you're right.
Just trying to sweep one across the line. And then his concentration seemed to be waning at that point. And he didn't manage to get over the luncheon period. And once they had him dismiss the foundation side, they just ran through that lower order from 92 to 2 up to a period of 127 all out. That's just where it just fell down there. And importantly, like you said, Mason, his clip of his rate that he was batting that, it just moved the game along so quickly. They were able to acquire a 53 runs lead overnight, and I think that just put the writing on the wall. Yeah,
you're right. Very positive indeed with his batting. And of course, I mean, situation, as you said, wickets, very, 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 very important. And there was a young man who's got lots of ability, and that was a big wicket. That was a big wicket. There was Knight producer, and he knows it. He knows it. There was a batsman playing across it, and that perhaps was the catch of the match. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of cricket by the pace bowlers. They bowled for quite a long time. Look at that. You could see the ball swinging in. There's a swing down the leg side. Mason always in the game, diving. The captain not all that very happy about that. And then, well, that was a brilliant catch as well. Taken. And there we go, the sweep. And that was it. That was that. As the last batsman for Coleridge and Parry sweeping and was plumb leg before. And victory to Christchurch Foundation.
Yes, a comprehensive victory. I tell you, comprehensive victory for Christchurch Foundation.
No doubt about that. Well, we heard from the captain of the losing side, Shaquan Paris. Let's go downstairs and join Rashawn Hackett. He's got the very, very, very successful and happy captain of course, the foundation team. Rashawn?
The champion is here, captain of the Christchurch Foundation School, Mr. Kimani Clark, an outstanding performer. Kimani, coming into this final, you told me that you're coming here to beat Coleridge and Parry in 2 days' time. So said, so done. What's the feeling like?
It feels really great to finally get the chance to win on the 15 as we got beat by lost in the semi-finals last year. It feels really great to actually get the win in finals.
Surely a great feeling indeed. And I know that you would have led this team from the start all the way up to the finals and to victory. How amazing was it to lead the team from the front, and how good did you feel to play with this group of boys?
It feels good. It feels good captaining a champion team. As from the start of the season, everyone was like, "We could win this tournament. We could win this tournament."
Let's talk about yourself personally now. You had a good season, picking up a lot of wickets. You were the leading wicket taker for Christchurch Foundation, and you were amongst the tournament's leading wicket takers. How was your season in your estimation? Tell me about it.
If you could have done better, this level of cricket, I should got most wickets. But at the end of the day, it was still very good.
Definitely a young man with high standards. Kimani, what do you have to say to anyone who has supported Christchurch Foundation? A lot of supporters watching. What do you have to say to them?
Thanks for supporting the team, as we really needed it.
Kimani, and thank you very much for delivering some fantastic cricket. Thank you. All the best going forward in the future. Thank you very much. That's it there. You guys have heard it from Kimani Clark, captain of the Christchurch Foundation School, after what was an exciting final. Coleridge and Parry went down to the Christchurch Foundation School. Christchurch Foundation are the champions of under-15 cricket in Barbados. Back over to you guys up in the commentary booth.
John, and interesting comments coming from the captain of the successful Christchurch Foundation team. He spoke and he about the almost non-performance really of the CP team. What about the dominance of Christchurch Foundation?
Like I said, well dominated by two of the most experienced players in Mason and Clark. Clark bowled a long spell, marathon spell. You saw coming into the attack there after starting wicket keeping is Mason, and just showing his versatility really, and picking up wickets, so two successive balls there, and then just getting that wicket there at a good catch in the end by Garcia. So really putting his team in a fantastic position. Andrew, just such an exciting cricketer, full of versatility, full of energy. Young Shaquan Mason.
Yeah, and there we go, the sweep catch taken on a square leg, and had the honour of leading his team off for the 5-wicket haul. And then it was the turn of batting, whipping the ball away. A bit of a chance there. That was crucial. But then, it was all his show off. The back foot's punching the ball away into the offside, down towards the cover area. That's gone for 4. And there he is, swinging the ball away, down to backward square. He really is a very positive player. That's when he got to his 50. No doubt would have had 100 in his mind. Continued with another short delivery. And that was really meat and drink over that square leg area. And that's the moment for the young man when he got to his 100. But then he got out, maybe lose a bit of concentration, caught down on the long on boundary. But of course, it was time for him to celebrate. And what a performance from him. And then wickets going very, very quickly indeed. Tremendous start by the foundation team with a lead of 83. And the reality is that they were very, very good with both bat and ball.
Yeah, complete performance, really. In the outfield, I think that was good as well. You just saw that one chance that really went the big in the slips in the second innings. But outside of that, I thought they were kind of flawless in the field. You saw a reserve keeper coming in and having an excellent dismissal with stumping. So it just showed good versatility throughout the team. A really good team performance all round, if you want to call it that. Charles in the second innings picking up a 5 for good support from Knight. The fast bowlers are really just doing it for the team. So excellent all-round performance for the foundation side.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And the game ended very, very, very quickly before you could say CP. It was all over. I just got the feeling that maybe it could have happened. Remember on the first day, some 70 wickets fell. And then CP came back, to pick up the remaining 2 wickets quite quickly. But then they couldn't deal with the pace of Christchurch Foundation.
Couldn't deal with the pace at all, like I said. And it was good to see the fast bowlers getting up as much as 6 overs in the spells as well. Just remember the regulations state that the faster bowlers can't bowl more than 6 overs. And I thought it was good on Clark's part to allow his fast bowlers to get that maximum amount out of the way, because they were picking up wickets, Andrew. They bowled with sustained pace as well. Knight, we say, looking good from that, the Malcolm Marshall, and continues to carry through to the keeper. But Charles, he picks up his 5 for and good support in the outfield again. Top catch there by Mason behind the wicket, and that really did it for the CPT team in the second innings.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at that wicket very early, and edge down towards the third man. These were important runs here for the foundation team, but a ball that was bowled by Dean, who actually operated from the southern. There was Garcia drive, right through the fielder, and that was very naughty indeed. There we go, a chance for a catch, should have been taken. Not taking the catches, CP, and the reality is that they were not as good in the field as you would have expected them to be, and that was the situation. Now, very good start, very good start, some good bowling, swung away, and just an opportunity to take the catch. That would have been a great catch, but then beautiful bowling, beautiful swinger, short, but that was a big wicket, and there was Knight celebrated the wicket of Shaquan Paris. That was the best catch. That really would have been the player of the day, really, with a tremendous performance. And it was pretty clear that they were not going to do too much in terms of the situation as far as the game concerned. Down the leg side, again, Mason in the action. Batsman didn't seem all that happy about the decision. A little turn away in the offside. There was the captain coming in. This is a good catch. There was the batsman. Look at the take. That was indeed a good catch they taken. And then it was in the air. That's the one that we're talking about. The fielder taking it. And then finally, the batsman having a big swing. And that was the moment for foundation when they were able to pick up the final wicket and get home by innings and 32 runs. Massive foundation beacons. And they were really extremely good in terms of their performance against CP. What a performance that was comprehensive.
Yeah, this is when you use your adjectives there, Andrew. Good, excellent, superb. Superb. And I think they were really superb in the end. In the final analysis, like you said, winning by innings and 32 runs, a well put together unit by Name Owen and the guys from Christchurch Foundation. Just continue to show good prowess up there, producing cricketers as we go by. We spoke about them winning in 2019 and coming back here in 2026 and lifting this trophy again. But can't say enough of that man, Shaquan Mason. As an excellent performer, like I said, in one day at Kensington Oval in a final, good enough to pick up a 5-wicket haul and a century in the same day. I just say that is tremendous by a man under 15 years old.
No doubt about that. Just before we go to the highlights, and of course it's almost time for us to say goodbye. We're going to cry because we're hoping to come here tomorrow, but of course we're going to go to the beach this evening. Brandon's already made me go to Skeets Bay, which is up in Bayfield where I was born. Let us look at the Coleridge and Parry team. Yes, they lost the game, but there's some talent there.
There's some talent, as we spoke throughout the innings of Coleridge and Parry, with the all-round player of Glasgow. You saw him with a bat, got up to 45, then come and pick up a 3 wickets. He just looks apart. Captain, he's the best player. Had some 500 runs in the season, 2 centuries. But then the pace bowlers, we spoke about Dean with the ability to swing the new ball. And then you saw Griffith from the top as well at Critchlow. 3 good pacers in the making. So it's a lot of good talent down there at Coleridge and Parry. Derwin Thompson, he's been working with the boys, as is Mario Boyce, the coaches. So talent throughout, like I said. So good to see these boys. Remember, this is the foundation. This is the breeding ground, really, for players of the future. That's when the talent is spotted. And yeah, I think we've seen enough there to say that there is something going around the north.
Just before we go to the match summary, in relation now to foundation, lots of talent there as well.
Indeed. And we spoke about it throughout this match. We said again, Reese Knight, we saw him yesterday morning from early. There's one that we spotted and said this is a fast bowler of tremendous promise. Then he saw his opening partner Charles today coming and picking up a fifer. The all-round versatility of Mason Clark, who he knows, confident young man, really a street cricketer, a street smart cricketer. He set some good fields. You saw him just showing his, he had that proactiveness in his field placement as well. A good player all the way. We saw Garcia all the way to the end.
Yes.
And you saw his ability to hit the ball, good strong shoulders, and something with the ball as well. And Charles, his all-round ability.
Yeah, I mean, I really like what I saw in terms of, CP. They lost, but Dean U15, as you said, I like him as a bowler. Griffith is a good bowler as well. And I thought Glasgow didn't bowl badly at all, the off spinner. But then the kind of talent that we saw on display as well by the foundation team. Mason is one that you would expect ready to go on to represent Barbados if he continues, of course, at the under 15, the under 19 level. But he looks a completely different player to the others. He's very aggressive. He plays shots all around the wicket. A good keeper and also pretty decent off spin as well.
Yeah, indeed. Like I said, versatile sportsman. He's a few other disciplines. He represents the school and even in track.
Yeah,
so it just seeing him, like I said, he's got a good future ahead of him, really, if he continues in this vein.
Yeah, okay, well, it's certainly been a pleasure having you very much a part of this commentary team. Thanks to Rashawn Hackett as well, as we look finally at what took place in terms of the match highlights, because I think it's important to actually look at that. The situation in Coleridge and Parry, 127. Never ever will we not show them. And that lead of 83 was important. Shaquan Mason, first of all, picked up 5 for 21, then came back and made 103 from just 63 balls, got good support from his captain, 24, and that made the difference. And with a lead of 83, before you could say Coleridge and Parry, it was all over with only one batsman, Webster, making 16. But the bowlers bowl well. Charles 5 for 17, and then we had Gil Gittins with his spin getting 2 wickets for 1 run. So it meant that Christchurch Foundation had won by an innings of 32 runs, which really was a very dominant performance from them. Final words from you.
Yeah, domination indeed. Like you said, 110 all out. That's worthy of commendation, like you said, on day one, taking the lead at the end of day one, just put them in a position of pole, really. And then today, adding those runs in quick time, they lost 2 early wickets, but that last wicket partnership of 20, it just proved a lot that they have the bowlers confident enough to start with. And you saw the 2 faster men really coming to the party, so to speak. Shaquan, the captain, Shaquan Parris, not being able to get runs in the second innings. I think if CP were to make a fight of it, a lot would have depended on him. So at the end of his dismissal, which was early, I think that was all very shouting.
Thanks, for coming and being very much a part of this team. Thanks, of course, to Rashawn Hackett, who did a wonderful job, and of course, the streamers did a good job. That will be with the team. And we were supposed to come back here tomorrow, but the game ended at the pace of Usain Bolt. We must congratulate the foundation team for going on to win. So while CP are busy behind closed doors doing the post-mortem on the massacre, the guys at foundation are saying the secret of success is constancy of purpose. I'm Andrew Mason. Here's hoping for Barrymore for the final time. It's goodbye from the region's Mecca.